Shaku. Shaku.
Pizza. Pizza.
What?
Pizza.
I do not understand you, boy.
Worry yourself, I'm moving. I understand the pizza.
Artist, since when you with Little Caesars?
If it ain't super, me you want it.
Little Caesars are the deals, pepperoni and cheese. Hot and ready, yes please. Have you ever tried these? Hot and steamy, quick and easy. I eat Little Caesars pizza daily. Pepperoni lunch combo, hammer going Dumbo. Hammer spending my money, cash on the narrow. Hot and ready in a minute, that is no gimmick. If you don't get it in a minute, it's free. I promise I ain't joking. I for real is a steal of a deal. Anytime you get your meal, pizza hot and melting cheese. Do you want one of these? Yeah. Wheel.
So you telling me, if the pizza not ready in a minute or less, I get it for free?
The answer is yes.
You lie. I'll go in for one.
Pizza.
All you like me had to scrape up and buy this pizza?
Yo, this better work, you know. This is my last money to travel home.
Don't worry, now I go work. We're gonna never be able to go, pizza and that miniature. JL, you know the plan?
Yeah, we stolen.
Lisa, if it start to go downhill, you know what to do, right?
Yes, I remember.
I told you, here we go. Hi, good afternoon. Which one of them pizza is the 1 minute for free?
Hi, good afternoon. We have the pepperoni, the cheese, the Hawaiian, the trim meat, and the lunch combo.
I had the most money, so I choose the pizza. Pepperoni, please.
Your 1 minute starts now.
Excuse, if I was to eat a hot pizza in the cold, it was to be hot?
I don't really.
The oven. How hot all of this have it on to make the pizza?
To tell you the honest truth, I don't.
Question. How much pepperoni actually on the pepperoni pizza?
Well, so I never really count how much.
Oh yeah. Wait. Again, a crack.
Ole crazy, yes, your pizza under 1 minute.
All you know, I had to walk home.
Well, at least I better be full. At least we try again next time.
Pizza.
The new stuffed crust cheddar flavor has a stuffed crust covered in cheese, now loaded with an irresistible cheddar flavor inside and out. Only at Little Caesars.
Pizza. Pizza.
Share the live. You're watching Fry Bacon Live, the #1 podcast in Trinidad. Share the live. You're watching Fry Bacon Live, the #1 podcast in Trinidad.
Yes, let me go. I said, drop a bomb if you're inside. Drop a bomb if you're inside. Let me see. All the hands up, put it up now. All the hands up, put it up. Who down there? Let me see who down there. Good night. Sing ding ding ding. I want to make sure that people inside before I start to sing the rest of my song. Come comment in the comment section and let me know if you're inside with me tonight, please. Alright, YouTube in the building. Drop a bomb for YouTube. YouTube in the building, I say. Drop a bomb for YouTube. Oh, that's the first time I'm getting hold on. First time I'm getting a little feedback from this mic. It's interesting. All right, mic check 1 2 1 2. Let me know if you hear me, please. That is our first. Hold on there, audio. Okay. Yeah, no technical difficulties. All right, cool. Right. What's going on? Nice. All you hear me clearly? Let me know, please, first off. Mic check, mic check. Let me know if all you hear me clearly, please, first. There you go again.
Jaco.
Bang, bang, bang.
100% Easy Judah. Thank you so much, my friend. Well, all right. Get it. Get it. Get it. Get the levels up. Get the levels in the building. Levels in the building. All right, now I know what I did wrong. My bad. Drop a bomb. All right, let me go now. Welcome inside another edition of JD's Vlog. What's up? My name is JD, and this evening I'm riding, well, not completely solo. I'm riding without Nisa. Nisa, if you follow us on all our social media, you will know that condolences to her uncle. He passed away, and tomorrow is the funeral. So she had to go down to, Point Fortin to be with her family. All right. Why somebody do send me a bouillon rhythm by? That is it. Princess, good evening. Oh, it's you. Yeah, put that in your head. Let me see. All right, good. You good? All right, cool. So that's my guest. I'll introduce my guest in a little bit. All right, so good evening to everybody on the WhatsApp chat. Hey, nice, babe. How are you, babe? You're supposed to be focusing, doing anything, but still, thank you for coming through. All right, so as I just said, it's JD's Vlog. It is Fry Bake and Lime every single Saturday, 7:30 p.m. We are here, and I said I'm not riding alone. I have a special guest with me. But before we jump into the special guest, we want to say thank you so much to everybody who continue to just watch this podcast. I was talking with my guest just now, and, he was sharing with me how to really, to expand and to take your business to the next level. So I can't wait to jump in and speak with him. So if you have could be a small business, if you have if you have an idea, because that's how a business starts. You have to have an idea, but sometimes you figure you can't do it, all of that. We're going to talk to him about it. Since we're talking about business, I want to say thank you so much to Little Caesars. Little Caesars is our premier sponsor. They've been with us for years, but they've been sponsoring Fry Bake and Lime for 3 years now. That is bang. So right now they have the hot and ready. 1 minute off free. It's literally 1 minute off free. Go try it out now. Tell them JD send you. Walk into any Little Caesars, and these are the selected pizzas that you would get for 1 minute off free. They have the pepperoni, they have the cheese pizza, they have the hula, the Hawaiian, the tree meat treat, and the pepperoni lunch. Okay? And I also want to say thank you so much for any one of you, or all of you, all our well-wishers who donate and who, understand that we cannot do this thing alone. All right? So everything that we have here, it is not free. Even our StreamYard service, it is not free. Actually, it's a pretty penny, but we cannot do it without you. So anybody from Trinidad and Tobago, you could come back and screenshot this. This is Republic Bank. You could give your donations there, or you can use Cash App. If you're anywhere in the United States of America, we have Cash App. Don't study it. Don't study how we have it, but we have it. Once I hear a ping right now, I'm going to check the Cash App. You can donate to us there as well. And if you are outside of the United States, maybe Canada don't use Cash App or anywhere else in the world, you can use PayPal. So thank you to PayPal, Cash App, and Republic Bank for all the donations. All right. All right. So let me go on introduce my special guest. No, I did not. It's Stick. I did not get to get his bio. That was on me. You understand? But he is. First of all, it's the first time I'm going to see if I could probably ask him his age because he does not. I know he probably around my age, but ashamed to say. You understand? He could be probably around my age, but he doesn't look it. He's a young entrepreneur, promoter. You've known because he has supported and invested in Friday Bacon Line for the I Am Jazz Festival that went out last week, and it was by all means one of, when me not say, the people them say on the ground, it was one of the best jazz events. They're now calling it, right, the premier, one of the premier jazz events to look forward to. He's the promoter of that. All right? He's also a musician. Why? Husband. Father. Ladies and gentlemen, bring into camera number one. Or just make some noise for Kevon La Fleur. He's with us in the building.
All right.
Yo.
Glad to be here, man.
All of that and you just ball, all right?
Glad to be here. No, I came bearing gifts before we start.
Serious. Gifts, yes, sir?
All right. Don't mind the bag.
I did not know.
So I have to present you officially.
I Am Jazz Festival hat.
It's a trucker hat, not just a normal hat, right? So, you know.
Come on, all yeah. Thank you so much, bro. Watch me there. All right, I watch you focus. Nice. Man, thank you so much, buddy. Thank you for
Glad to be here, man. Glad to be here.
That's how you have to do it, Nisa, when we go places, we have to get gifts, eh? You understand? My head a little bit with my rasp. Let me see. On there, yeah. Let's try it on. Come on.
Ah, boy. Fit like a glove.
Ah, well, yeah. Come on, Ollie. What you saying? What we saying? Very nice. Hi. Very nice. All right. I don't want to take it up too much. I'm going to put it right here.
Nice.
Brand up. Kevon, thank you so much for taking time and coming through. I know you are extremely busy. This is Friday Bacon Lime. Of course, we want you to share the live. Ocean, are you there? Thank you so much. Ocean, make sure that she's our eyes, and Hayden. Hayden is our eyes on the online. All right, let me check to see how much shares we have. Now we're gonna have the regular Friday Climb. As you know it, we have a topic, and quite frankly, I want to know. I would really like to know what Ollie will do in this situation, or the person actually will want to know. She wants to know, and it's a she. She said it's a she. What you all will do in a situation like this. Hold on there. Okay, cool. We're having trouble streaming to Facebook. Okay. Okay. Right, sorry. Right, so we have okay, so we now start, but we have four. We have 4 shares. We can do a whole lot better than that. It would be awesome if we can get it up to, let me see if we could get 50 tonight now. 50 tonight. Let me shout out to YouTube. YouTube, let me drop a bomb for all you boys. Am I seeing correctly? YouTube has 18 people. Shout out to everybody over there on YouTube. YouTube, if you can, just drop in the comment section and, you know, let me know where you're watching from. That's very important. I want to know where you're watching from. And we have 44 people over there on Facebook. Thank you so much. All right. Who we seeing down there? We see Luan. Who you seeing over there in the comment section, Kevon?
Well, I just want to say big up to Adriel. I have one person, you know, who big him up, so I had to big him up.
Adriel, big up.
Adriel Clunas.
Nice. And Judah Peters, good evening. Jacksonville, good evening. Justice, what going on? Princess D, what going on? Nisa is with us in and out, I'm sure. Pause. Ocean, thank you so much. Ocean says, share the live. All right. So we just came out of sponsored time. I want to jump straight over to my brethren. You know, we want to get, talk to Kevon a little bit, get up close and personal, find out who he is, what he does, why he does, and stuff like that. Kevon, buddy.
Well, listen, today is my one day off. So I decided to spend it with you, JD.
I appreciate that. You probably tired?
Yeah, so usually after jazz, I normally take the family to spend at least 2 days with them because, when you're preparing for an event that big,
Right.
you're talking about 3 weeks to 4 weeks, you're not seeing a family, you're not seeing, persons that you would normally see in a normal routine.
Right.
Because you're constantly in meetings with sponsors, with other members, committee members, ticket holders, ticket outlets, sorry. You're just in, I'm in about 15 different chats.
Right.
Right, leading up to the jazz festival. So I usually take 2 days after we go somewhere, spend some time together in isolation and just get the family back together again.
Like a Dubai? Or?
Well, this year we didn't go Dubai.
It soon come?
Yeah. Nah, we usually, listen, I love Hilton. All right. Because it's a real nice family hotel.
Right.
So that's my go-to. If I want to just take 2 days just to go away and get away from everything, I just go Hilton. Nobody no idea. I just spend some time, and just be quiet. Just be a regular folk inside a Hilton, in my little short pants and
and just vibe and relax.
Yeah.
Hayden, give me ease me up tonight. Hayden says, he voice deep. We want Nisa back. Nisa is, if you're not joining us, Nisa is not here, but we're happy to have my brethren, friend, and I would say a mentor. I would definitely say a mentor. And we're gonna let you know as the night progresses a little bit more about him. But if you're wondering what he's talking about with the I Am Jazz, let me just run about let me see if I could run about a minute or two so they could see how it went down last week.
We come across the water, been through the fire. I know that my heart will show me the way. Everywhere you turn, you see people smiling. We don't see no creed and race. Don't want nobody tell we about leaving.
Says the show was amazing. It was like
Fight for we thing and this is we play.
Who we have on stage here now, I guess.
Take me home.
Pan line up, Natasha.
Take me home. Take me to a place where my heart don't feel no pain. Take me home. Take me home. Take me home. Well, everybody's shouting up right there. It's about rhythm deep down inside there. And if you're looking for me, you'll go find me.
How difficult was it to get Sax Appeal to come in?
Well, the first day, yes, it was difficult. But now these people are like family. And they love Trinidad too, You'll be surprised that they would like to come to Trinidad almost every week. He actually wants to move to Trinidad or kind of thing because he just loves it here.
And I just know Mama Guy talk.
No, not Mama Guy talk. He actually wanted to see some houses and things before he left. I think people take for granted what we have here in Trinidad in terms of the warmth of the people and just the whole energy of people. So he really fall in love with Trinidad. I ain't lying to tell you.
Nice. So if this is I Am Jazz Festival. The theme was
so every year I try to do a theme. Right. Mm-hmm. This year was Jazz in Red, the love affair. So you're talking about everything red, roses. We sang a whole list of love songs. Right. That the audience was able to engage in and sing. So that was a moment by itself, We did lit up bands for the audience members.
That was the first year for the bands?
That was the first year for the bands. And it was a hit, so we will have them back again next year for sure.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
But every year I try to introduce something new, because jazz is that. You have a new experience every single time. So it's not like this year will be the same like next year will be the same like the other year. Every time you come, you see something new decor, new something. You meet somebody new. Right? It's that kind of vibe.
Let me watch a little bit.
Right there. I repeat the bim 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 right there. It's about rhythm deep down inside there. Take me home. Take me home. Take me home. Wake me up before I fall asleep.
So this was Ashley Zotti. Let me tell you guys how I found Ashley. Yeah. So I was browsing, he's doing the doom scrolling when you're scrolling on Instagram and these things, right? And I saw this young lady just cutting away, bop, do up, what that kind of thing, right? Cool. So she's cutting and doing her thing. And I'm like, yo, I wish I could just have this girl inside my event, And just from Instagram alone,
from IG, that's
from IG, I got this girl to come. I mean, it took some doing. It wasn't just I had to reach out to her manager and stuff like that, right? And she came and she was kind of hesitant at first, right? But by the time she touched the shores of Trinidad, and she felt the presence. By the time they were walking into the hotel, people were like, "Hey, welcome to Trinidad." She's like, "Okay, this is how it's gonna be." You know, because she was very skeptical. You know, this third world country coming to Trinidad and the islands.
She never been to the islands before.
Never. So this is her first experience. But by day 2, she was sold. You know, I took them to see Lopino. And I'm sure you have never been to Lopino.
Oh, me?
The chocolate factory. Think about it.
That is and the Lopino itself up on the roof?
Yeah, the Cocoa House. The Cocoa House.
Yes, I think.
You went there already?
Yeah.
Right. Well, I never went there.
Yes.
And she went there. And she was blown away with the whole cocoa. And I specifically told the tour guy, listen, these people are here for 2 days. Just blow their mind. And I mean, when they left there, they were talking about it for days.
A lot of us as locals, we never really visit a lot of places right here. You know? People is come from foreign to go to places we ain't know, you understand?
No.
A lot. Let me jump back in here.
Me to a place where love.
So this is I Am Jazz. It happened last week.
Marry me to the heart of water spray.
People really had a good time.
So if I ever leave, I'm bound to come again.
I think the music itself was impressive.
All around is fire and flame.
To sing songs.
Oh, this world is so crazy, yeah.
Song and this, you know, when you had a heartbreak and we did a lot of those things, you know. So it was easy to just make people remember what they were doing when a particular song was playing, you know, and they connected in a particular way. So this year's theme was easy to plan. You know, next year we have the time.
You don't have it planned already?
Of course, we don't have the whole show planned already.
Well, I know you can't tell me about that. Jacksonville.
Nah.
Jackson said the man say he in Hilton with his short pants. Yes, oh yes, ways. What is this, Lord?
Hey, listen, that short pants thing. That short pants thing, right? It's so amazing when you're all dressed and you're trying to be proper. When you go pool or you go beach, it's everything that's come off, you know.
I know, pause.
That was saying that it's a weird thing, but at least you know. So that was go when it have nobody in Hilton, you know, nobody can see in short pants. Yeah. That is me right there.
Kevon, who's Kevon La Fleur? Tell me, who are you?
So I must say now, in every 5 years, I change who I am, or I try to become somebody different. I'm always better than the 5 years before. So in this season, I am truly setting into that entrepreneurship zone where I have multiple things happening.
Right.
I have really good people around me, like really good. I have great managers, great administrators. You know, I have a great team. I must shout out the Clinical Media Group team. For I Am Jazz Festival, man, we have a phenomenal team with, you know, Rodney Harris being the musical director. I have Asha being the administrator. You know, I have Karen who's support with deco and these things. I mean, I have Ayana who takes care of proposal. Listen, it's a big team of us. We have over 70 volunteers, right, that I just oversee. I have the Clinical Media Group. They are about 6-7 persons strong, right? And then, of course, we have King's Lounge, Barber Spa.
All right. You said entrepreneur. Do you think entrepreneurship is for everybody? And did you start off working for somebody? And what was it that you say, no, I don't want to work for nobody again, if you was working for someone? Oh,
yeah. I mean, I worked for, right before I just decided to switch, I was working for someone in Maritime Plaza, which is in the same industry that I am in now in terms of the AV world. But I worked there for years. But here the thing, I was the manager, but I had nobody under me. So I was managing myself basically. Right? Every day I would come and I'll manage myself, and it was stressful. And that was one of the things that made me say, you know what, I need to find my own groove, right? And of course, you know, I always wanted more, you know, and I always wanted to be the person to give persons a blessing and give persons a job, all right? And control that narrative versus the other way around. And from that moment, I left and I didn't have a clue what I was going to do. I actually left my job with no plans.
No, all right. So people say that. I hear that. I leave my job and I know what I'm going to do. So do you really mean that?
Yes. So I left my job, and the month after that, man, I was in the gym trying to better myself. So it must start somewhere, right? And it started with me understanding where I am at that point in time. I was a young guy. My bank account didn't read in any particular way. I don't have any immediate goals, right? But I know I wanted to better myself. So one of the first things you could do, because you have total control, is to go to the gym.
Okay.
Exercise. And from that moment, you start, you know, getting yourself in a particular frame of mind. And then I started to think while on the treadmill, what are these things I can do? What am I good at? Right? And then I realized, wait, now, I've been in AV for 5 years. I could sell anybody anything. I was real good at sales too. I could sell Eskimo ice, as they say, right? And I used to sell equipment every day. People coming in wanting a microphone and they leaving with a whole song system. I was
serious.
I was that good, right? So from that moment, I was like, listen, maybe I need to get into that field, right? And being a musician on stage all the time, I decided, you know what? Since I have the knowledge about equipment, maybe I should try to merge the two. And that's where the love for, like lighting started, and that whole stuff. So, but again, it was just trial and error at that point. You buy some equipment and you made an attempt to do something, and it worked out sometimes, and then sometimes it didn't work out.
Do you think everybody have what it takes to be an entrepreneur?
Yes, everybody does have its capacity. Everybody has the ability to be some kind of entrepreneur, some kind of business person, right? But most of the times, 99% of the times, it's fear. So we are fearful of, what if I fail, or what if I start to do this and I invest $10,000 and it do work out, then I lose $10,000. But what people don't realize is that you gain experience.
Yeah, but I understand gaining experience. But when you probably now starting off and you don't have $10,000, could seem like
a lot.
Understand? Yeah.
But what is more valuable? And that's what you have to always think about. If I tell you, and I mean this is a old scene, right? If I tell you, listen, JD, I will give you $1 million right now, right? What would be your response to that? Like, I'm pulling it out, I'll give you $1 million.
I'll take it.
Right, but I say, but you're gonna die in the morning.
Of course, I would not take it.
Correct. So in that scenario, time is more valuable than money, right? And it's the same thing with experience. Experience is actually more valuable than money.
Okay.
Right? Because if you gain enough experience, the next time around, you'll be able to take that same $10,000 that you would have spent to gain the experience. And I'm sure you would make the same mistakes twice.
Right.
Right?
Yeah.
You'll do better. And the thing is, the money is like the easiest thing to get. If you are actually very serious about business, money is the lowest thing in the whole equation, right? To find. Right? And
Help me. Help me understand. Money is the lowest thing to find in the equation. I mean,
yes, because you have grit, right? So you have to wake up every morning and so you have to have experience. The only way to get experience is time, right?
Okay,
right.
I have that.
Right. So you have the experience. Do you have the grit to get up and face rejection daily? Right? Some people don't have that. So if you have that, okay, right, cool. But that's very hard to get as well too. Right? The network, you have to have a good network. That by itself takes work. You have to go to events, you have to meet people, you have to shake a hand here and there. That's work. So that's why I'm saying the money is like the easiest, because I could go down the road and ask somebody for $5,000 and I might get it like in 4 seconds.
Well, look, Hayden, is it Hayden? Hayden asks, where I getting $10,000, and that is a concern about a lot of people, especially poor people. Like, they want to start a business.
Yeah.
All right. For instance, on this evening,
Give me a scenario, and I mean, we'll break it down. It's still everything could be broken down into the smallest form factor, and then build back up from there.
Okay. Before you came, I asked on Facebook. I said, "What is it?" Question. Look right here. Question. What is your dream? Take a sec, if you don't mind, and ask me what your dream is. And people start saying, and 90% or 99% people somewhere in this comment section, this is what I was talking about here earlier, they were saying, I want to start a business, but they do have no money. So here's the scenario. I want to start a double stand.
Right.
I working 9, 8, I'm going to, I have a job, right? But I want to start my own business. I don't want to work in this place forever, but I love doubles, because I eat doubles, I love doubles. I can't eat pepper because it's a main toilet.
Right.
But I love doubles. So I want to do my own double stand.
Right.
Is bills, is phone bill, is rent. Some people might have child maintenance, is school, is books, is, if they ain't, some of them people don't even have a car, you understand? Is transportation, is all kind of things. You don't even have enough money to save, forget saving. Yeah, you know, not about no saving, you understand? And then on top of that now, you saying you need, $20,000 to start a double stand. You don't have no relationship with the bank. You can't go in there and they just give you a loan because you know how that might go. What do you do?
How I would start? No, listen. I waiting for the day, and I'm gonna do this, right? Where I will start from zero again with a scenario. It could be a double stand, right? I mean, that's one of my future plans. So let's take a double stand for as an example.
Right.
What I will do is firstly go and work in a double stand environment. I'll put myself in the middle.
Okay.
Now, this is where the grit, because you had to work in 9 to 5 and then go and wrap doubles or be the cashier on the evening time. Now, there are real places. You could go refinish up or
right. Because doubles come out in the night.
Right. So you go and work. You work there, do a double shift morning, and then you work in the night selling doubles. So you learn about the industry, right? And then you learn now that a lot of these places wholesale doubles. So you know a lot of people don't actually make the china and make the bar and make the everything, right?
Well, people don't even know that.
They just make the sauce.
Okay.
Right? So how hard it is to go and buy a little shadow by any of the cases. Make your own little personalized sauce. Right? So when you start selling your doubles, you have your own flavor. And you start buying the china and the bara wholesale. And what I will do to take it a step further is now these people do credit as well too.
Okay.
I will go to them and say, listen, this is my business plan. I have to have some form of business plan, right?
Right.
You're right on some numbers.
Okay.
So it's not like you're just doing this out of thin air, right?
What you're thinking.
Yeah. You're not doing this out of thin air. So you have to write down some kind of numbers, right? Our doubles will sell for $6. I'm supposed to sell 100 for the day. So that means 6 by 100, like 600 I'm making. I'm paying the driver, I'm paying, right? So your numbers have to be written down. And if you don't know, you find somebody who could help you with the numbers. And I will go to these people and say, listen, I have this plan. This is the spot. I need $5,000 worth of credit in terms of bara and chana.
Who are you going to and say that?
Well, there's somebody in El Seguro. I know there's some wholesalers in El Seguro, for example.
Okay.
Yeah, go to these people. They would never refuse you. You know why? Because it's more business for them. Right? But they can't just, you had to have a plan. And you had to look like you know what you're doing.
Right.
And you starting to sell doubles with only shadow belly money at that point.
Right.
You had to have your spot. And of course, you had to come out. You had to be friendly. You had to know how to sell. Right? But the first step is actually going and working in a place to teach you. You had to learn how to rap. Listen, I went to buy doubles the other day by somebody. Oh my God. Listen, the man rapping the doubles. And you could tell it's like the first 2 days. Because you know what it is rap it? You know how man is rap the doubles and it's just do so with one hand and just spin it?
Yeah.
This man trying to hold the whole thing and I just tell him, I say, give me that, I'll go to the spot.
You can tell he fresh. You can tell he fresh and green.
But listen, I went back again and I support him, you know why? Because he fresh.
Yeah.
I love to see when people try things now, you know?
Yeah.
People don't know. It had a time. I was selling water on the highway. I will do what I need to do. You understand what I'm saying?
You know when I believe that, but let me tell you why I believe that. And I gained a new respect for you, right? It was for the pandemic, and I was coming out from work, and I see you line up. I don't know if you where your truck was, but I think you was lined up to go in the market.
Oh, yeah. That was the market days, man.
I say, because I know anybody in that line, what's going on. Just to go and buy one or two things for your house. You line up. So I say, well, line up there too, Kevon.
It have no job that I never did for experience. And I mean, in that time, there's a lot of downtime. So it's a combination of, I make a little extra money, but I want to learn about the industry.
Yeah, I say, Kevon, what are you doing in that line? Yeah, that. I'm going to get some stock. I sell it. Kevon say, I'm going to sell fruit pie. Fruits and vegetables. Yeah, man. Fruits and vegetables. I say, all right, cool. You know, them days my mind not eat that on the grinder. And then, of course, it have a next time in Malabar. I see Kevon inside that truck selling soup, you know?
But to this day, people still ask me, soup man, when it coming on, boy? You know?
What is your all right, guys, we're getting ready to jump into the topic. Hayden, I don't know you're getting antsy already. Right? And Jacksonville, if you're here, I don't know you're getting anxious. Ocean, thank you so much. Ocean is saying earlier, share the live. All right. Well, let's see, we have a new little ticker and thing going across the screen. Yeah, that's what we say upgrade. So when you support, When you support us and you donate to us, we are able to do, other little things to make it look a little bit more professional. All right. So thank you so much. What is your end goal for happiness? In terms of end goal for happiness. But we're talking about business and what?
Oh, well, in business, definitely, of course, you must have enough things taking care of you the older you get. So by the time I reach, 60 years, I must have enough businesses or enough income. And it's not really passive. People say passive income is a myth. You must at least have somebody and, you must guide them, unless you sell a business, right?
Passive income, you said.
Yeah, that's a myth. I mean,
well, actually, it's funny you say that. Right before you come, I was looking at, because I eat, breathe, and sleep entrepreneur videos, podcasts, Myron Golden, School of Hard Knocks, Gary V, all of them, right? Everything. And this guy, he's go after people and ask them, what? Anyway,
what's the dream?
Yeah, what's the dream?
Right, I know that guy.
Yeah, what's the dream? And tonight, he was saying passive income is a myth. And I never hear nobody say that. And I say, but how you could say that? Because, if you have this setup and this setup, passive income is mean you're sleeping in your bed and making money for you. Why you say that's a myth?
Because unless you actually, even if you're doing stocks, right? You must at least have somebody looking at the stocks, right? So it's not passive, it is active. Somebody is looking at it. And you also is your money. So at some point in time, you'll peep and take a peep and, you look at it. If you have apartment buildings, right, you must have persons running the buildings, which is a super, we call them a sexton, right? That's what somebody is taking care of the buildings, right?
Okay.
So you have to have that. Now, you, at some point in time, must come up with a system to be able to have them employed and placed in the right positions.
Right.
But what if something happens to that person? You must have the knowledge to be able to execute as well, too.
Right.
Right? So it's never really passive. As
so what would you call that income that when you in your bed, let me just say you own a chicken shop and you're selling chicken and fries, but you home sleeping and that money making money for you, what would you call that? That's a business.
Yeah, it's streams of revenue streams, right? Revenue streams. So nothing is really passive. You have to at least set it up. You have to monitor it. So sometimes the monitoring is very easier. Mm-hmm. So but it's still not passive. Like it's like 1% monitoring. You have to check on it. Okay, everything is good.
I got it.
Right? Check on the manager. Make sure he's doing what he's supposed to be doing. Check on your portfolio manager. Like this, you have stocks.
Right.
Check on that person. How's my stocks going? Right? Everything good. Boom. You're going again. But you still have to check on it. Otherwise, you'll be very ignorant to allow your portfolio to go to zero. And that has happened with a lot of athletes, for example, where they think, I have millions and I have millions in stocks and never check on it. And before you know it, they have no money.
Right. Let me just give a comment here. Williams, good night, Patrice. She says, which is absolutely true. She says, you're sure right, Ocean. I believe Ocean said something before. I'm taking notes. Yes, people paying for this kind of information, which is true. You go to coaching seminars and different online courses you can take because a lot of people, watch me, especially we people, I'm going to say we people, you know what we're talking about. Our people don't like to come and share the information about how they, and you don't have to be a millionaire, you just have to be in a position where you think you can help people. We don't like to help. So I thank Kevon for coming through and just, talking about business. We talking, hey, Vonette, good evening. Make me drop a bomb for Vonette.
Vonette.
Right?
Vonette is the entrepreneur. I ain't lying. She is goal out.
Vonette is flipping it. All right, so I have a couple jazz questions. Since I see Vonette, and I remember I wanted to ask a couple questions. But it is 10 minutes past 8. 5 minutes from now, we're going into the break. So let me get into this topic for tonight.
Let's go.
We're going to get into the topic, all right? There we go. Here we go. JD and Nisa are not professional counselors. We give our views and opinions on real-life scenarios that people send to us.
We also encourage our audience to chime in and give their experiences. They are also not professional counselors, unless they are.
Now on to the topic. Watch and enjoy.
Share the live. Share the live. You're watching Fry Bacon Live, the #1 podcast in Trinidad.
All right, so if you're not joining us, we have Kevon La Fleur in the building. Drop a bomb for Kevon. Of course, he is a young entrepreneur. He is a father. He's a businessman. He's a promoter. He's a musician. Later on, I want to ask him if he have to do one thing, which one he would prefer doing. If it's a musician, if he'll be doing the promoting or the business. But we're going to find out. All right, so Nice. Let me jump into the topic. So the topic for this evening, bear with me, because you know your boy is not the best reader, like Nisa. And Kevon, say he can't see the screen. So he say, first thing he say, dog, you have to go and read that again because I can't see it.
I no joke there.
He say, I can't see nothing on the screen right now. You have to read that thing. All right, so here we go. Of course, you know the persons who would send in these. Hey, wait a minute. Let me take this off. Let me go to my. Nisa, we need to start to get a organizer because my mind, especially Nisa, when you're here, I can't run all these things and then still listen to people and have a good conversation. So we're looking to hire just now. Well, not hire, volunteers.
Come and learn with us.
Volunteers, and then we go hire. All right. Okay, cool. So let's jump into the topic. If you have a situation or you know somebody, or it must be true because I don't want it to send no emails and it's a makeup thing. We try to keep it as genuine as possible. You may obviously you may want to phrase things a little different if you think people might know is you we talking about. But these are anonymous emails and they come in the form of letters. If you want to send in your email, you can send it to frybaconlime@gmail.com. Frybake, A-N-D, and lime @gmail.com. All right, so let me go. Dear JD and Nisa. Well, it's Kevon. Dear JD and Nisa. I'm going to bring it up. Let's see. All right, cool. Dear JD and Nisa, I really need some advice because my family is in complete confusion right now. My mother was in a long-term relationship, all right, with a man for many years. Things didn't work out, and they broke up about 2 years ago. All right. Now, since then, my mother moved on and has been focusing on herself. Here's where it gets a little bit tricky. A few months ago, her daughter, ran into her ex. We started talking casually, and over time, it turned into something a little bit more. I didn't plan it. It just happened. He treats me well. He listens to me, and honestly, I've never felt this kind of way, this kind of a connection before. She continues, she says, when my mother found out, she was furious. She feels disrespected and betrayed, right? Saying that out of all the men in the world, I choose him. She told me I crossed a line that line should have never been crossed. Now my father, who hasn't been with my mother for years, is stepping in saying he wants to beat up the man. He feels that this man is taking advantage of me and disrespecting the family. The man I'm with is saying we're both adults, right? And we have a right to be together. He says, the past is the past with my mother, and we should move on. Now the house is divided. My mother not speaking to me. My father ready to beat him up. I am stuck in the middle trying to figure out if I'm really wrong for following my heart. So I need to know who is wrong in this situation and how do I fix something like this. Again, she says, who is wrong in this situation and how do I fix something that feels like it might already been broken?
Well, I ready to talk, you know.
Ollie, I hope I don't have to read this over in the show again. All right, so let me know below. Comment, let's know what you think about it. I put up, oh man, this thing come off. I have a little, what are your thoughts, Kevon?
Well, listen, I listening to this and I trying to picture the man now who in the middle. No, he really in the middle, eh? He in the middle of everything because he about to get beat up. So he in the middle of that, on that side.
Right.
He was with the mother, so of course that side. And then now with the daughter, right?
Right.
Which is newfound lover. Now, he in the middle of everything. So there is no win for him. And if I was that guy, I would have run. I was getting out of it because you're talking about you can never win in that scenario because let's just say they follow through and they're about to get married.
Mm-hmm.
Who going and walk that woman down the aisle? The father?
Nah,
he ain't gonna be there.
No, he's not gonna be
Nah.
there.
And then he ain't get any blessing of the mother also.
Well, do you think blessing from your parents is because no disrespect, my
Mm-hmm.
my mother ain't come
Well, I mean,
wedding.
I know the whole story, but
she ain't come. I mean, but I couldn't be like, well, because my mother ain't want to come my wedding, what I gonna do?
Nah, you gotta get married
Going
still.
out court now and cry?
Nah, you gotta get married still. But think about it though. The daughter now, I think the guy is manipulated, right? The whole situation. Because if you just leave a relationship with somebody, and this, I'm sure the daughter would have been existing all the time. Why all of a sudden, the daughter now, I really like to check for you, you know. So what was happening all the time then?
No, I don't. Well, we don't know the
whole story.
The whole story.
So the daughter wasn't in the picture before then?
I don't know at what point. I don't know at what point the man was in the mother life. It could be.
From listening to the story, it seems as though.
But check. Sorry to cut you. If the mother, good, we had to go to a break. If the mother, right, involved with somebody. Remember, as a daughter, you ain't really paying attention. I mean, you just know the person, wherever you're respectful. And she say, I met him. We end up talking, and it's just casual talk, whatever. I mean, I guess things like that could happen.
Yes, but you're talking about now the guy disrespecting the mother because you just leave a scenario, right? And you're ending up in the same household as well.
She said many years.
How much is many years though?
So it don't matter to you how much years?
No, because you're talking about there's a mother and daughter relationship you're messing with there. So the guy, I think, is the one at fault. The guy is the one. Now, love can happen, right? I'm not saying love can't happen, but at the end of the day, you have to be very careful as to what situation you're walking into because it's not a regular situation. This is a situation between a mother and a daughter that you're trying to break up now, right? There's no good that can come out of that, in my opinion. Because,
so they shouldn't be together. I mean, it's not closing talks, but you.
You have to hear the whole story. But it sounds as though the guy now just saying, I go get back at you, boy. Mm-hmm. And look who are getting back at with you.
You feel as that easy?
He mightn't say that outright, but at the end of the day, right? You don't know how. It depends on how the relationship ended with the mother.
Wait now, there's Rascals here. There's the drama. Drop a bomb.
There's Ras Max.
Bad man in the chats. Oh, buddy, good evening. Must drop a bomb for certain people. Nigel, drop a bomb. Must drop a bomb for certain people. All right, let me go to the comment section and see what
Bonnet Ball, madam, leave your mother ex-man alone, please. What madness is this? He eating fig and the skin. I Bonnet. And I feel the same way.
Fig and the skin.
Yeah, boy, you can't eat the fig and the skin. Come on. Eat the cake and eat the ice then too. What are you doing?
Let me get from the top. All right, let me get from the top from where the comments start. Oh, God. Hold on. Kevon, so you carry that, I carry. We do me tonight. I don't know. What's your food?
Let me see. You could go from. Oh, the ball by reading so slow.
Okay, let me see. All right, so Mel says, hey, yeah, for real. Sometimes I listen on YouTube. Okay. I want to get. Thank you so much, Mel. Let me see what Jezreel says. He says that he disagree. Well, Jezreel says he disagree with you, Kevon. That guy no longer has any allegiance to her mother. Right? The daughter is messy. She lacks loyalty. I mean, do people really have?
So, if I could also play devil's advocate, though, think about this scenario. If the daughter had met the guy in isolation, right? You don't think they could be a match for each other? Forget the whole scenario, right?
Right.
And they seem as though they are a match for each other, right? That means it could work at that point.
Right. Correct.
So the only scenario really messing it up is the mother and the Of course, will the father who
So yeah,
ready to
but,
fight.
but we ain't reached the he yet because does he have a justifiable stance? Because he want to fight, you know.
That
He
is
want to fight the man.
But that is his daughter, right? His biological daughter.
Yeah,
Of
so
course.
it seemed like the man brushing the wife and the daughter. So he might be.
So, I don't think that have anything to do with the daughter, though.
he said, yo.
That have nothing to do with the daughter. The daughter is the excuse. You want to be that man a long time.
No, but he might be saying, nah, boy. I didn't get to fight you when it was when the wife no, come on here with my daughter. Vonnet says that is she. How I saying this? That is she. Step back, right? Take care of that man watching since he was with the mother is thing for complicated than Sobers and CARICOM.
Yeah, it's more complicated than Subas. I agree because you don't know if there was even anything before. How you will know that? What if that was the scenario? You understand? And while he was with the mother, the daughter caused them to break up. You don't know what is the whole story.
Why he was with the mother, the daughter?
Yes, because
I doubted that.
And they hook back up years later. That is also a scenario that's possible.
Well, you painting all kind of bacchanal at this side. What we know is what she said. She said that the mother was done with this man for many years. That's all.
All right.
And then she bonks him up and they had casual conversation. She said she did not plan this. So we had to go with what she said to you.
Let me ask you something. What you think that first conversation will be like when you bounce back up that person?
That could be normal. Watch it. He see her. Let me say she name is Erica. Hey Erica, how you doing? Hey Uncle Bob.
Exactly. Because he had to be an uncle, right? If he's the mother age.
Unless he's a young man, you never know mommy was doing it.
Oh, yeah, boy.
We don't know. We don't know.
What I know. You need to tell your people to put the whole...
Should I say the age?
Yeah.
Should I say age?
Because I think he's an older man too.
But it don't have to be. Mommy could have be... Mommy could have be jamming our youngers. What we call it? Hawaiian? Or they just call them in the States? Hawaiian?
Yes.
Right. So he say, hey Uncle Bob, how you doing? How you going, girl? Yeah, everything with you and the family. We good, you know, your mother, whatever. I remember you say you wanted to start this particular business. You started yet? Say, no, you know. Boy, what's the problem? Boy, I just think in the bank. I know somebody in the bank. I go make a call for you. Give me your number now.
Right. Easy like that. And that is what I say. The man is a manipulator.
No, but he mean well too.
No. You ain't watching no young girl.
No, he mean well too. He might be say, I just really want it because I know you.
Nah,
you out for no intake.
It have something more. Let me tell you why. If your preference, right, is older woman, as in woman age, right? Because remember that was his preference before. Why?
Seeing that
he was with the mother, right?
Right.
Why all of a sudden your preference switched to a young girl?
Nah, Kevon.
Think about it. That's your preference.
No, it have men out here. It's not
doesn't
preference.
matter.
It don't matter. Once your legs stick, they gone, you know. Some men. Some men, Anissa. You understand?
Yeah.
Watch me. Nisa says, love too complicated. Everyone should just be friends. All right? We need to go to a break, but let me see if I can get in. Bonnet again. Bonnet says, guys, there is a code. All right? You don't sleep with your friend, man or woman. You don't sleep with your sister, ex-man. You don't go with your mother, ex-man. It's just a right. YouTube. Let me drop a bomb for you because it's YouTube and you're in the building. Shout out to YouTube. How much people in YouTube watching? We have 24 people in YouTube. Give thanks. Lisa said, Lisa 0606. She says, yes. Jenny Line here again. Easy Jenny. She says, that is what I was saying in my last comment. Sometimes something in that story not adding up. The maths it. I don't think the maths not maths.
Yeah, I already read something to it. Judge says, since we grabbing at straws, the daughter went for the money. Uncle Bob becomes Bob the builder. You understand what I'm saying? That could be a scenario too. She probably know what mommy was living with. Uncle might be rolling with some heavy dough.
We don't. All of those are
speculations.
All right.
I feel you.
All you see in this poll in the corner here. click on that. Let me see if this poll working because I'm trying out new things here. Or it's just for show. Is it a clickable link? Let me find out what's going on. All right, we need to go to a break real quick, guys. When we come back, we want to hear some more from you. Now, the line is open. If you have any questions for Kevon concerning business questions, things you just may want to know along the lines of finances. He also is venturing or started to venture into coaching.
Correct,
stuff, right?
Yeah.
So he's a coach, so your questions can be answered. But we will be back right after this. Thank you, Little Caesars.
Only like we had to scrape up and buy this pizza.
Yo, this better work, this is my last money to travel home.
Don't worry, now I go work. We're going to never be able to go pizza and that miniature. JL, you know the plan?
Yeah, we stolen.
Lisa, if it start to go downhill, you know what to do, right?
Yes, I remember.
All right, Tony, here we go. Hi, good afternoon. Which one of them pizzas is the 1 minute or free?
Hi, good afternoon. We have the pepperoni, the cheese, the Hawaiian, the trim meat, and the lunch combo.
I had the most money, so I choose the pizza. Pepperoni, please.
Your 1 minute starts now.
Excuse, if I was to eat a hot pizza in the cold, it was to be hot?
I don't really.
The oven. How hot all of this have it on to make the pizza?
To tell you the honest truth, I don't.
Question. How much pepperoni actually on the pepperoni pizza?
Well, so I never really count how much.
Oh yeah. Wait. Again, I cry.
All you crazy yes, your pizza under 1 minute.
All you know, I had to walk home. Well, at least I better to be full. At least we try again next time.
Pizza.
We're back. Of course, if you're now joining us, thank you so much. We have Kevon La Fleur in the building. He is definitely, somebody of person of interest. He's buzzing on the streets. He's buzzing in the area of promotion, events. And he just had his last event, which was last week, Saturday, I Am Jazz Festival. All right, so I Am Jazz, we were watching a little bit of it here. All right, let me jump back in just a little bit now.
Protect we island, Father, we pray.
Was this planned? Because Rose in the crowd, no matter what happened, Rose in the crowd, and I just started to hear Rose singing to the man, and them looking like they in love or some kind of thing going on. But you all were doing, however, open mic in the crowd, asking people to just sing and that kind of thing.
Yes.
But was the Rose thing planned? Because Rose is Rose.
There are some things I can say and some things I cannot say. Now, this is one of the things I cannot say because it will allow the audience to not feel the way that they felt in the moment, right? So let me just say it was a well-orchestrated scenario between Rose and Sax Appeal. They had a moment. They literally had a moment.
It was like, but
right?
If that was planned, only real good because I can't see it happening. Planned because other people, whole night it had this segment where people were singing in the crowd. You understand?
Right.
And Rose didn't look like she was in no position because remember, as a man behind the camera, I watching too.
Right.
She wasn't really in position to say like, look, let me go on. It just take and a friend called and they went and they started to point at she. Yeah, man, hey boy.
So let me just say,
up,
let me just say the I Am Jazz Festival team are very good at what they do. Let me just leave it like that, right? Because I want nobody to say it was planned, it wasn't planned, but that moment though,
right.
it allowed Rose to interact with the crowd in a different way because it was unexpected, right?
Yeah.
And she did her thing. And you never know, Rose might be on the show next year because of that.
Yeah, boy.
She mashed up the place.
All right, guys. Thanks for letting me know that you can't click the poll. I guess it's just there for you to just keep in mind who you think wrong. All right, who is wrong? The daughter, the mother, or the dad for wanting to fight. Let me jump back in just a little bit again to see how it went on last week Saturday.
The very end of we day.
Last week Sunday,
Take me home. Take me home. Take me to a place where my heart don't feel no pain. Take me home. Take me home. Take me home. Well, everybody's shouting out right there. It's about rhythm deep down inside there. And if you're looking for me, you'll find it right there.
Ultra Brio.
Yes.
Ultra Brio and Sound Mind. Mash up the place.
That was a new addition to the cast and the lineup and how we do things at the I Am Jazz Festival. And I think it is
a staple, boy.
Yeah, boy, because they allow the crowd to just, open up.
And I like too, it wasn't overly long. They just come in for 10, 50. I don't know, it feel like it was just 5 minutes.
Yeah.
And they mash up and they run out again. And they fly back in. They were really, really excellent. All right. Guys, good night. Did you all enjoy the event tonight?
Oh, we had a wonderful time.
Oh yeah, what was the highlight?
The food, the entertainment.
Yeah, the event going good so far, man.
They're on Sunday.
The first year off the stage, so I'm enjoying it as a consumer and the vibes nice same way, man.
Oh my gosh, the artist, absolutely amazing. I Am Jazz, never.
You catch all the famous people?
Never, everything on point. I really enjoyed when Rose took the mic from the saxophone and did her thing. I think she had a 15 minutes of fame, but it was a beautiful family time. Love it. Keep going from strength to strength.
It
was fantastic. I enjoyed it tremendously. Oh, everybody was good.
Fantastic, as usual. I
lady
love
on
the girl
the
from New
wheelchair.
York. She was amazing.
She was dancing
I
to
enjoyed
her
every
in the
act.
wheelchair.
Every act was
Yeah, but
amazing.
yeah, she did that kind of thing.
Watch us here. How was the event?
I get wet.
Yeah, man, when I pulled up here, I saw the size of the audience, the vibe.
Yo, so that went on last week Sunday.
It was
Make a
amazing.
It was really on fire.
It was
How does
amazing.
it feel to be in such, I would say, a short time, one of the, because people look for certain events.
Right.
Vonette, and this is not because Vonette in the life, if she's still here, right? They look for Vonette events. They look for North Coast.
Right.
What do you call it?
Jazz on the Greens.
Jazz on the Greens. I don't think they had any when.
This year. They didn't have any this year.
They had any last year?
Yeah. Last year was the last year they did, but not this year.
And then the one on the Blanchardshire side?
That's North Coast. Yeah.
North Coast?
They didn't have any this year as well, too.
Right. So, but in the midst of, then it had one or two others that, our friend has one coming up too.
Devon.
Devon has something, Jazz and Wine.
That has been nice, yeah.
Jazz and Wine coming again, right? But in such a short time, you coming up the ranks and being one of the events, the premier events to go forward to, because people said things off the camera. I didn't want to put it up on the camera.
Right.
You understand? But they had their own opinion. They're like, listen, when it comes to decor, when it comes to the ambience, when it comes to the food, when it comes to the experience, the workers on the ground,
right?
You know, they say this thing is top notch. In their opinion, me never say, them say.
Them
in
say.
their opinion, this is, definitely one of the up there. Some people say it's the best.
Right.
You
I
know,
take
and
it
they're
up.
looking, people was like, yo, we can't wait for it next year, please God. How does it feel to be in that position?
Well, I mean, I'm humbled, of course, because at the end of the day, we didn't start like that. We started with 133 people in the audience. And
that same place?
And I went to man cry.
In that same big place?
I kid you not. The first experience, I planned for 1,500 people and 133 people showed up. So 6 years later, when you have that size of audience now, and I mean, when I walked through the crowd this time, I felt the love, I felt the warmth. And one of the patrons said, we here for you, as in to support this event. We here for I Am Jazz. We're not just here for the good music, We're here to support the brand itself. And this year, I actually felt as though we had a brand, not just an event. We had a brand. So, I'm looking forward to next year and the year after. So now, it's almost like, what you going to do next year? What's going to be different next year? How you going to make it better than this year, But we have plans.
What is your mindset when you have an event? Well, they don't say cry already, but crying is one thing. I'm sure you might be. If I did do that and that bus, I would have been in debt for the next 15,000 years. I would have been in so much debt. I didn't even know I would have. But what makes you say, let me go and do this thing again? Because clearly it looked like, clearly it bust.
It did.
And people say, we ain't want that. What make you say, let me go and do this thing again?
So I wrote down a 10-year plan, right? For the event itself.
10 years?
10-year plan. No, people don't know events, though, actually make until around the 6th, 7th event. right? So I mean, the event is successful, right? But at the end of the day, you have to have a 10-year plan. So I'm hoping that year 7, year 8, year 9, year 10 makes back up for that first year. But when you actually document stuff, so I would have started to document heavily, the cost where we went wrong, what we did right by the second year and the third year, right? And once I started to do that, I realized, this working, this not working, that working. And we're still trying things, we tried the food inclusive this year for the first time, right? Some things work, some things didn't work, right? But next year we're going to actually have something new.
What are the
different.
things, what work and what didn't work?
So with the food, people love the food, man. In terms of the addition, you don't walk with nothing. You just walk in a line. But the lines were too long because with people, we just have a 15-minute break.
I KFC line was long, boy. Never stopped.
I don't understand.
Trinidad, they like chicken, boy.
Listen,
oh, God.
Free KFC? Come on.
That line never done,
Of course.
It have people, I don't even think they come. I thought they come for the KFC.
No. People come for the KFC and take in the music.
It's that one woman. I don't think that woman was in. She come for the chicken, boy. She never go. She never leave. From the time she take rap thing, bam, she gone.
Mm-hmm.
And she swing back because remember I only grow whole line.
Right.
She in that line.
In the KFC line?
Yes, boy. She went there about 4 or 5 times. That about it.
You should have pushed in here.
Good night, madam.
The real line. Should have pushed.
Yeah, so you were saying.
Yeah, so I was saying that
what didn't work?
The food in terms of the lineup, of course we have to address because we didn't cater for that amount of people being at the event, to be honest, right? We just had a surge in the last 2 days for whatever happened. So the food itself we're gonna work on, right? In terms of the decor, I'm always adding new decor items and decor elements because I love when persons take pictures and stuff that we create, right? And most of those things we actually design before the event. I'll sit down and I'll sketch. I'll pull ideas from different places. So the decor is always something that people look forward to, and I always look forward to it as well too.
Right.
But in terms of the food, yeah, we definitely have to work on making it a little more accessible to the public. All right. Oh God, I jazz in your waist.
Sorry. My apologies.
Hey, hear the song too, boy.
My apologies.
Get you, boy. God. Yeah. So.
Oh Lord, hold on, Kevin. My bad. I was supposed to load this now. Call back again, Hidden. My apologies. Go ahead. Let me see.
Yeah. So in terms of the food, we're gonna fix that for sure. Because there's only new additions, and of course, every addition you do to a venue, there will be one or two little teething moments, but we definitely gonna take note of it. So.
All right, let me get this comment. Guys, sorry, the lines are now open, all right? Lisa says, listen, I'm not biased. But yes, from a patron from day one, I was there in that small crowd from the beginning. I've been there ever since.
Wow.
I am proud of where this event has evolved, giving the whole crew kudos.
Come on, man, share a little something there.
Get out, bang.
Who was that? I need to see that shout out.
This is Lisa. Well,
Lisa.
It's a YouTube name. So.
Oh yeah, I know who that is.
Let me get it. Hey, Maria, let me drop her. You must drop bombs for certain people. Maria says, boy, I know about that, Kevon La Fleur. It's 7 years. I did Girls Just Want to Have Fun, This year, Jesus, it's sell off. Congratulations to you, Maria.
Yeah.
And we heading down to Maria thing too. She done talk to me already. We down there, all right? You got to just hold on to the vision. Congrats, bro. All right, thank you so much. And guys,
Maria actually did jewelry for one of the years for some of my promo girls, man. I mean, we still have that jewelry, Maria. We rock it this year, so we got to get some new jewelry.
Maria's vibes. And guys, if you're wondering, Bespoke Productions, which is my company, we did the video.
The performance, everybody was amazing. I Am Jazz was just great this year. If you miss it next year, I know to tell you.
In having, video production and things for events, you could hit your boy up. Vonette says, Kevon, don't stop. Right? Congratulations. Let me say something or ask something. What is a jazz festival in Trinidad and Tobago? Because in my mind, I am thinking, and I always wanted to ask, Vonette, you're there as well, and I know you are also in right to probably have this question answered. What is jazz? Because I know what I think jazz is. I don't like jazz.
Right.
And this is no disrespect. It's really not my cup of tea. But the events I love, sell off, right? But in my mind, I'm thinking if you come a soca fete, you're going and you're going to hear soca.
Right.
If you go sting, you're going to hear dancehall. If you go reggae, you're going to hear reggae. But what is really jazz? Because when I go on the internet or YouTube, what I hear is scattered.
Right.
Something I call falling down piano music.
Right.
With the piano, to me, this in my head, it sounds like a piano fall on. Bang, boom, bang, bang, bang. And musicians jamming. And you know, and I see people in coffee spaces. That's what jazz was introduced to me as. And you know, that's
all like Sesame Street.
Yeah, that's what it is. That's what right? Anyway, so early out, the first time I ever went to a jazz event was Vonette event because of Nisa. And I tell Nisa, I say, but this is, you know, Vonette does have Vonette style. She would do a little bit of that jazz thing I talk about, but then she would have her style and she would mix it a little local and whatever. So what really is jazz, and why when you come to a jazz event, it seems like you must have soca in it? Because them people and them, they love, it's only, to me, they enjoying everything, I can't get in mind. But why we need soca to come and mash up the place? Because to me, it's like when that soca read, oh God, yeah, but this thing don't turn into a soca event.
So let me ask you something. If you go to New Orleans, right? And whole day they playing music that is not familiar to you. You don't know the song, you don't know the melody, you don't know anything about the songs. Will you enjoy that particular event of music?
Okay, ask again. If I go to an event.
You go to an event. You go to New Orleans, the event, right? That's a place of jazz. Now, every single song that passed by, you didn't know the melody, you didn't know the words, you didn't know anything about that particular event.
But ain't a jazz fan
No, answer the question. Answer the question.
No.
Right. So in Trinidad, right, most of the times, most of the audience don't actually listen to jazz in their regular daily routine, like straight ahead jazz music.
But then there's frauds then.
No. So jazz also comes in different forms. So you have straight ahead jazz, which is the whole way you're just singing there, right?
Okay. Hardcore jazz.
Right. Then you have blues, right?
Yeah, which you white girl sing.
Right. So she sings
I remember
blues.
she said, let me do some, who like blues?
Right.
Right.
There's a form of jazz as well too. Now there's also calypso jazz.
Right. Which one it is?
Correct. So then there's also there are different there are different forms of jazz. Now what is jazz? Jazz is improv. So jazz is when you take a particular song and you do it in your own style.
Okay.
And you have one or two little solos in there and stuff like that. But it's something that we would have never heard before. The audience would have never heard before. That is also jazz. That's improv in jazz. So that is why you will find a lot of persons still doing soca, but they might do it in their own version. And persons will connect a lot more to soca. Why? Because this is what we just do in Trinidad. We listen to calypso, we listen to soca, we listen to these things and these year round. So when you hear calypso music, right? Da, 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 you hear that song.
Right.
You hear that since you're small. But you might hear it now in a slightly different with violins playing it.
Agreed.
Right?
Okay.
And you will connect with that music. That's why most of the times when any version of soca start playing, people get up, dance.
All right, but do you think, right? These are the tough questions because I'm asking what I think people may want to know. Do you think that it's necessary to have like a KES, a Freedom Collective,
a
David Rudder, or somebody in the soca vein?
It's not
to take it there.
It's not necessary, but I Am Jazz Festival, we have a format, right? And one of our unique selling properties or propositions is I like persons to come and hear KES in a particular light.
Okay, the
right?
environment?
Yeah. For the first time, you would have never heard, for example, we had Earth and Alves, and we would have arranged his music.
All right, I like that.
right? And people like, whoa, I never hear
I like that.
songs like that.
I like that.
So, I mean, it's not necessary for every single jazz festival to have a straight ahead soca artist, just come and sing soca. I wouldn't have that for Jazz Festival at all, but we will have a soca artist come and sing their song in the form of jazz.
I like it.
That's only because we could connect with the music a little differently. And I will notice, every year I've noticed that once we put on a local artist, the local artist actually most of the times outperforms the international artist.
Well, this was looking like to me.
Yeah, it was.
But nobody, White Gill going bad too, and saxophones going bad. No, so everybody,
they are great musicians. But guess what? We were able to, as local artists, stand up in the same, rival in terms of the entertainment factor as anybody else across the world, anybody else internationally. I think we even more so, especially as our local audience, we can connect with them.
Let me open the lines.
Call now. Fry Bacon Line.
Hello.
724-4249. I think Vonette said she wanted them to call in. What's the number? Come on, we're going to.
Call now. Fry Bacon Line.
Hello.
All right, so Vonette is saying the lines are open. We're going to go back to the topic right at in a little bit, but we're just chatting with Kevon a little bit, all right? She says the challenge is we have no clue what jazz is and what it sounds like in all its
iterations. So what she's saying is that in terms of jazz music, there are different elements that make up what jazz music is.
I get you.
Right? But we here, most people don't really know what makes up jazz. So this is why we will gravitate, and this is why you have to present it in a way that's palatable for everybody, or for the majority. Right? Because at the end of the day, we also have to pay bills as promoters as well too. Yeah, you have to understand that, yes, I would like to have a day of just, straight ahead jazz. But I'll cap bills after that.
Vonette, evening.
Yeah, I think Kevon did a great job explaining the concept of jazz. The challenge is people do not understand the many iterations of jazz. So you have jazz that comes out of the jazz, the swing, the bebop and stuff that was birthed in the US. But if I ask you who Monty Alexander is, you may not know. Monty Alexander is one of the most prolific jazz piano players that exist today.
Right. But they wouldn't like he, if you bring him, they might like he.
Because, listen to me, Monty Alexander is also Jamaican. Every single project that Monty Alexander does is informed by where he's from.
Right.
So Monty Alexander recordings the music of Bob Marley. Everything you hear Jamaica, you hear reggae in how he expresses what he's expressing. You understand? Chucho Valdez is Cuban. Chucho Valdez don't play swing as much. Chucho Valdez plays his Afro-Cuban kind of thing because that is how he presents himself, because that is who he is.
Right.
We can't say Chucho Valdez is not a jazz player because he doesn't play bebop and swing.
Correct.
You understand? So just like we are Trinbagonians. There's a particular way we move. There's a particular way we express. So we have fellas like Schofield Pilgrim and Clive Zander who made for us iso jazz, because calypso is the way we tell our story.
Yes.
Let me ask you this.
It doesn't make it any less jazz, because there are some very key elements that are there. The use of different types of chords and, of course, improvisation.
I love it.
So not because it's not swing, and and not because the absence of scat singing means that it is not jazz and it is not authentic. It is authentic for the place where we are. This is who we are. Nobody can play iso jazz like we could play it. Just like nobody can play reggae jazz like Monty could play it, because that is where you're from.
Let me ask you this, Vonette, and based on what you said, because you would have had with your style, of course, incorporate calypsonians. You might do a little reggae, the traditional calypsonians, and that is a form of what people will say a respect. But then you, in my opinion, would be the first one to use like a lava, which is steam. That's a whole. So now you incorporate steam. What would you say if someone say, "Well, it's getting out of hand now"?
Well, they could say what they want. They don't want to sing it, but I sing in it. Because, as I said, what my intent is to show the expanse of the music that's coming out of Trinidad and Tobago. So if you don't particularly like Lady Lava, that has nothing to do with me.
And we ain't saying that we don't hear. We're just saying that, because of the type of music.
But I'm saying the person that doesn't particularly like Lady Lava may not particularly like that I'm presenting Lady Lava's music in a particular way. And that is fine. You are fine to not like it. It's fine. But I'm saying that I have taken the responsibility of saying, okay, this is the music of Trinidad and Tobago, all different types of music. It includes steam too. You understand? And if they listen to the presentation of the Lady Lava, it was mixed with My Man, which was done originally by Billie Holiday, to show you that we can send the same message differently. That's why I started with My Man, which is a very, very, very solid jazz standard, and moved on to Me Man by Lady Lava. But it was to show the connectedness of the music. How really and truly Billie Holiday would have sing this 60 or 50 years ago, and Lava singing it now, but it's the same message.
Same message.
Yeah. You understand?
Different type of music.
And the whole thing about having soca and having calypso in a jazz festival, JD, we can't run away from who we are.
True.
And let me tell you, and if you look carefully, the thing that is familiar to us is the thing that is going to get us moving. That is what we know. Kaiso is what we know. Pritong is what we know. You understand? Rada is what we know. However it's presented, it is accepted because it is familiar to us.
Drop a bomb for you.
Drop a bomb.
Vonnet, when is the next Vonnet Big for the event? Give me the date, give me the time, give me the ticket price if you can.
August the 2nd. It's my next production, and that production is called Uzuri. It's a celebration of the beauty of us. It's the event that I normally do in celebration of our emancipation. That's August 2nd. The tickets are $500. We go talk about the venue sometime soon because that is an issue. We gotta
talk.
Vonnet Bigfoot, friends. Thank you so much, Vonnet.
And Vonnet for me is like a staple in the jazz thing, Once you have Vonnet in the event goes score,
Yeah, but we had her on already, but we need to have her back on again. Christoph, blessings, good evening. You understand?
I saw one of my mentors online there, Dure Arta, so I just want to shout him out, man. You must have a mentor in your life, eh?
Well, I'm not going to ask you to pay for that mentor, or you just a free one.
So, over the years, I've built relationship with a lot of older guys. So I don't just make up these things as I go along, right? I have older guys, and if I'm looking for some information about the banking sector, I have a guy for that. If I'm looking for information on legal matters, I have a guy for that, right? And so somebody who's older than me, who have more experience than me. If I have, I need some marital advice, you have somebody for that as well too. You have to have multiple mentors.
Would you give Myron Golden 350,000 TT for our class?
Not particularly, but if I do have it, I would love to go and sit down with Myron Golden. But that would mean also that I have to have that level of money to be able to enter into the room. And I also have to know that when I give this $350,000, it might double in 2 years. It might double in 6 months. It might double in 1 month with the advice that he's about to give. Now, he claims that he can't do it. Right? And I believe it's possible because there are some bits of information that I would have received over the last couple of years that if I sit down and tell you that information, I am 100% sure it will double your revenue. And I'm not just saying that.
Yeah, but this is what Myron is saying. He's saying that, I could talk this whole talk on YouTube, but when you come to my class, I know I go and tell you things. I'd be like, well, he could tell you so why?
It have to. Now, what Myron teaches do is how to create an offer, right? Basically, and that works across anybody. If you're selling doubles, how to create the best offer for the persons coming in front of you. If you have, for me, an event. How to create an offer in your event to make patrons want to come to the event.
And that's good.
And that's what he's teaching. So he might be able to double my patron count, from 1,000 to 2,000 people because, I crafted my offer in a particular way. But I'm talking about simple information like how to access funds from the bank, how to do a budget that works for you. These type of informations are so simple, but it will affect your daily routine.
Right.
How to interact with new prospects if you're going into a space. How to start the conversation with somebody who you may want to align yourself with. Networking and all these different things. These are simple things that I can teach you, and I can. Somebody taught me, right? And I mean, that's really changed how I view life and view people.
What is the number one reason? So, guys, we're jumping back into the topic. Of course, I would do a recap of the topic, but I do ask me to think it twice because it's kind of a little long, and a boy can't read good like Nisa, right? But somebody has a business.
Right.
They call it like a mom and pop business, brick and mortar, and it ain't going good.
Right.
Let me say it's a bookstore, a plant shop, or whatever it is. Right? But it ain't making people ain't coming in, they try to advertise, they do Facebook ding, wherever, they think it's just people is a product that is just not interested. Right? But that is they don't want to give up. Do you think that there should be a give up time?
Yes.
Where you say, hey, you're throwing the towel, I know you like to get up in the morning and go and wipe down them plants, but it ain't working.
So if there are so many businesses that it have a lifespan, have a time when it had to finish. So for example, CDs. You remember when it had DVD stores?
Oh gosh.
And CD stores.
Man, I tried to sell me a CD in town the other day. For real, as they say that. Wasn't even a CD, it was a Blu-ray.
Well, exactly. So
Right.
so imagine you going and open up a CD store right now.
That ain't making no sense.
That ain't making no sense. But imagine you have one and you're trying to hold on to it.
I get you.
So there are some businesses that have a lifespan, and then we're in 2026, and even you have to future-proof yourself. So, for example, there might be a business that all it needs is a modern twist, where you market, how you market, different things like that. So you have to evaluate every scenario based on time and based on where we are at now with technology and AI and these different things, as well as your business might be for persons who are 60, 70, 80 years old. And you will be losing clients, but of course, because of time and persons who have transitions and different things like that. So your audience pool is less and less and less. So of course, you have to know at that point, listen, I really need to kind of give up this particular business because I don't have an audience or patrons or clientele to choose from.
Right.
Right. So yes, there are times when you have to say, listen, this business isn't making sense, and you can actually be losing money trying to hold on to a particular business, and there must be a good point,
Even if it probably breaking even, but you're still eating a little food, but it ain't making no big set of profit, but you make some profit, you lose the profit back into the business. So what do you do then? It ain't failing, but you just it growing, but it ain't thing. You make a little money, you take this money and trade back into it.
Right. So there are a few things that will cause a business to fail. And the number one reason is, in my opinion, is systems and processes and sales. So you must have a system for how do you get people to come into your business? How you get them to walk through the door?
Okay.
What is the system? Some people say, okay, I do real Facebook ads. Okay, well, if that system working for you, fine, you have a system. If it's not working for you, you may have to evaluate and do other things. Flyers, you go on a few podcasts here and there. You have to try different things. And when you find the correct system now, you double down on it, right? So you must have a proper sales funnel. Once you have a sales funnel, then you get through, right? You will start to have cash coming in. And my thing is, any business that you're doing, the number one scenario that causes any business to fail or crash is cash flow. You must have cash flow through your business in and out. So even if you're telling me that how you're not making no money as yet, you're breaking even, that's fine. How heavy is the cash flow? You're only making $2 a day and spending $2 a day, nah, that ain't good. But if you're making $100,000 a day and you're spending $100,000 a day, we can sit down and we can evaluate why you're spending $100,000 a day.
Gotcha.
So you must have cash flow. And heavy cash flow, the heavier the cash flow, the better.
When it says your pocket go tell you when to give it up, it's easy to owe people.
That's true.
Facts.
But that's the next thing, eh? I mean, Owen, you must have debt. You must have, you have creditors and you have, debtors. No business works without those two things. right?
That's what you call leverage, right?
Right. Yeah, you must have a tolerance to be able to owe people or owe the bank or owe something, right? You always try to. And now I have mentors who believe in that system.
Yeah, they would say that rich people live by debt.
Correct.
I mean, I understand it because I guess because I'm not rich, because I don't like that.
No, let me give you an example. So let's just say I have $10 million in debt, right? And I'm slowly paying this off, right?
Oh God. So you're waiting to debt? That's how you...
Well, hear it. So I'm living. No, I live in and enjoying my life. I have $10 million in debt. But what I will do is take out a $10 million insurance on my life. So when I do die, my children and my family have all the assets that have accumulated in debt and it would have been paid off from my life insurance.
Jesus.
That is one way of doing it.
It's
now,
easy.
Yes. Now I died. I watching from heaven. You know, my wife probably get married again. You know, I mean, I hope so. I hope you ain't get married again. I just say. You know,
all right. So you what happened?
Nah, you can't get married again. No. She know that. She now have $10 million. You can't go and get just married just so. I don't understand that. No. You gotta settle yourself first. Yeah, watch that. Yeah, how Jedi is, right? Yeah, I want a plaque. Listen, I want a plaque in my house. I tell her, in the event that something does happen to me, I must have a plaque in my house. The new man, or if it have somebody else come in, must see my face every day.
You heard the podcast where we had on that? You never hear that topic?
Tell me.
We ain't going off course,
Right,
but
right.
I just say that was a thing. A man passed away, and this wife was dating again.
Oh,
When
yes.
the man,
I
Yeah,
heard
when the
that,
man
I heard
came,
that one.
yeah,
Yeah.
big picture, the ex-husband there.
But after I built $10 million, he and all to my wanna come and touch the picture and tell me thanks and all too. Think
Well,
about
that picture
it.
to come down, dog.
Right. So you must have debt, right?
Right.
But it's how do you cover your debt? Most people cover that with insurance, right? What's that?
It's real money, man, right?
That was saying, boy.
These are with the eyes.
No,
Right, so you must have
So
that.
you must have that. So it works good. You can't build. I can never save $10 million in my lifetime. But I can borrow it and I can do enough business that it covers, let's just say the installment is $100,000 a month. Right? I can do enough business with $10 million to be able to cover that installment and make a next $100,000. How much money you think you really need to live a month? You must have a number.
Who, me?
Yeah.
If I get comfortably
A
at 40,000 a month, I'll be cool.
So let me just say the
40 cool, eh?
You can live with that.
I ain't splurging, and I'll be cool.
Right. But you're talking about 40,000 clear of your bills, right?
No, that's all my bills in it. That's my whole.
No.
That's my whole life. The AC, there's this stream. I give you that number with everything, you know. That the toothpaste. That toothpaste, that Pennywise. Everything inside of there. Outside of bills?
Outside of bills.
Nah, I know. I humble. If outside of bills, boy, at $10,000 a month outside of bills,
Right.
I could be cool.
So
Real
let's just
talk.
say you borrow $1 million and you do enough business. And that whatever business you're doing generates $50,000, which covers your $40,000 in your bills, and you have $10,000 extra to enjoy, right? That is like, golden. Everybody should aim to do something like that. You know? Where whatever it is you borrow, whether it is from your own self, because you can also borrow from your own self. You save the money, right? And you borrow from yourself. Don't ever.
Your wife feed the bill, she laughing at me. Can I tell you I had to drop a bomb for you? Yeah, sorry.
Yeah. But she know that picture thing is a real sin now. Anyhow, so you borrow from yourself and all too, right? Don't feel everything is borrowed from the bank and borrow from a friend. You can borrow from yourself as well, which is you save the money. You save a 50,000, 100,000, right? And you borrow from yourself. You start a business, and that business makes enough money to pay everything that you need to do.
That is hoping the business successful.
Well, this is why you have to have mentors and you have to have people who did it before and all these different things. You could show, there's two ways to learn. You can learn from experience and you can learn from other people's experience. And that's not just cliche.
Right.
It will shorten the time that you think. So if you go, and I will tell you, if you have the tolerance and you could go and borrow the money, or you'll work it through, right? Connect you with the right accountants. Might connect you with my bankers. You know, we could connect you to be able to get what it is you need to get, right? And you borrow $1 million. I say that's plenty. But if you making back the $50,000 a month, you good. You living happy.
Yeah, I can. All right, it's 9 p.m. We need to do this right now. We're not going to go to a visual break. We're going to do our reads, what we call reads, all right? So thank you so much, Little Caesars. Let me tell you something. Only go and buy Little Caesars now. If you don't like pizza and your child like it, go and buy it because these people have been so good to us. And not only because they've been so good to us, they have, without a doubt, and this is not even no gas up thing, because that's how I met Little Caesars. I love Little Caesars. First time I ate Little Caesars, I went to my first Canadian show. And my sister picked me up in the airport, and we driving on the road, and I said, hey, look the thing from TV. They have a pizza, pull on the side. And I pull on the side, and they had the big slice, and I bought the slice, and I just fell in love with that pizza. Then they came to Trinidad, and yeah, I just walk in there, and I did a free skit for them. We had a situation. I spoke to the manager met with me, and I gave him some ideas, and the rest was history. They've been with us forever. They support everything we do. If you watch our events, the podcasts, if we want to go and give away pizzas, they're just there with us. Really, really beautiful people, all right?
And I mean, you're doing a real good job too, because I start eating Caesars because of you.
Serious?
And my whole crew. Think about it. You see that one in Makoya?
Right.
Right. They that's like an easy route. So whenever we come in from an event from Port of Spain, remember, we live in the east.
Right.
And then boys and them say, boy, we hungry as? Quick. No wait. Just pick up your stuff and you go. And I love that.
It's a blessing, because people stop me in the street and about, a pizza, it wasn't tasting good, dog. So they complained to me, But I have brand training through them.
Right.
When you're working with them, they still give you brand training. And I answer, like, if you swear I share them, I'll take thing, and then I will call the office. And I would say, hey, this person, whatever, and they would say, them don't make joke with that. If anybody had a bad experience, which is rare, they would ask me, did take the number? I said, take the number, and I would get back on the person and they give them coupons and that kind of thing. So that's the kind of heart people are dealing with. Really, really behind the scenes, right? These people are really, really a blessing of our people. They really love people. Real talk, all right? So they're hot and ready. They have a 1 minute of free where they just walk in any Little Caesars outlet. And these are the specialty items. They have the pepperoni, the cheese, the hula, 3 meat, and the pepperoni lunch. You walk in, and if they take more than 1 minute, they get the pizza absolutely free, right? They have that. Also, they have this is for online only for delivery. They have the double delivery deal. It's only $175. And of course, you have your cheese on two different types of selective pizzas. You have your cheese on one side, pepperoni. Then they have the Hawaiian, which is the ham and the pineapple. And then you have the burger meat and the sweet peppers, but you have your crazy breads as well. And you also get a 2-liter drink. The Carnival special is not going anywhere because it's only $95. Sorry, and you could get any one of these specialty pizzas. Walk in any Little Caesars, pizza for the family, and you wouldn't be disappointed. Also, before we jump back into the topic, I want to say thank you so much to our well-wishers. We cannot do this thing without all you. Every month, I'm trying to upgrade. If you notice, the quality get a little better because these things are purchased by bandwidth and, upload speed and space and all of that. So those of you all who give to us via Republic Bank, take a screenshot, whatever it is, guys, we send it straight towards the Fry Bacon Line podcast. Thank you so much. We have Cash App. JD, how are you in Trinidad and all? You have Cash App. It's not supposed to work down here. Don't study that. We have it. $sign JD's Vlog. So anybody who's watching in the United States of America, anywhere in America, you could use Cash App. If you're not in America, and you're up the Caribbean, in the UK, anywhere, we have PayPal. PayPal is worldwide. So you can PayPal me at JD's Vlog. Thank you so much to all you. This is what we was watching earlier.
It's great.
So I Am Jazz 2026 is finally over. This year, I had the privilege of hosting a great number of musicians. We had June, we had Saxophone from Detroit, we had Ashley Pizzotti, we had an amazing cast of panists, we had a big dance band, right? And I mean, this was an amazing show. I just want to say thank you to everybody that came out. I just want to say thank you to all of the artists, all of the sponsors. I don't want to start calling names, But you know yourselves, thanks to all the supporters and the well-wishers of the I Am Jazz family. This year, Jazz in Red.
This year, Jazz in Red, it was fire. Congratulations again.
Yeah, man. Fire.
If you wasn't there, you wasn't there.
Nah,
Please
you missed out.
ram, you know, when I reach on stage, man, boom, boom, when they say this, lights off, and everybody had
Yeah,
also.
yeah.
Yeah, but in the stadium. Huh? You think you will ever reach a stadium, ever?
Of course, yes. So I
that just not fake talk.
my numbers that I would like to project is about 3,000, 4,000 people.
That could be real bad.
Yeah, but of course it's based on the artist selection and being prepared. But I like to grow in any business that I'm doing. I like to grow in stages, and I'm have it measured. So I don't want to one day go from 1,000 to 4,000 because there's a lot of logistics involved and catering to people's toilets, space, food, having enough drinks. And then that one experience could be bad when you try to expand too quick. And that's any business. If you try to expand your business too fast and you're not prepared for it,
scale too quick.
You scale too quick, you'll have problems. So it's the same thing with the event. I just want to make sure and grow it as it should. So every year I get 20% more people. Man, I'm happy. So in about 4 years, hit it 2,000, 3,000 people.
I feel I might be a jazz artist just now.
Yeah, boy. This get paid well,
But you know to keep a straight face to that one,
Well, listen, I have goals of bringing, I hope Bungie and I'm listening. I want to bring Bungie on my jazz, and listen, and do over his music completely.
Ooh, that could be bad.
Think about hearing different ology, just with strings and
well, I'm going to talk to him. Remember that I'm a dog too,
Well, yeah, we'll make it happen,
Yeah,
Easy, man. You can make it happen. And that is the network right there. That's what I'm talking about. So we need to talk about the importance of a network in business and the importance of being able to pick up your phone and call somebody who can make a difference.
Yeah, talk to him. Actually, I talked to Faye, but she's activated faster. No disrespect.
Oh, yeah. Well, she's the boss,
Yeah, she's activated little. No disrespect. No disrespect, dog, but she does activate a little quicker. Man,
but yeah,
she sent you back messages fast. Message
Yeah, slow.
Faye, sir. She's bold. Sir. All right, so listen, let me go and read. Let me give all a recap of the topic, and then we're going to have closing thoughts, all right? Now, I read it before, so it'll be a little bit faster. Here we go. Dear Nisa and Jilly, I really need some advice because my family is in complete confusion right now. My mother was in a long-term relationship with a man for years. Things did not work out, and they broke up about 2 years ago. Since then, my mother moved on and she has been focusing on herself. All right. Now here where it get little tricky. Months ago, the daughter, ran into her ex. We started talking casually, and over time, it turned into something more. I didn't plan it. It happened. He treats me well, listens to me, and honestly, I've never felt this kind of connection before. When my mother found out, she was furious. She said, nah. She feels disrespected and betrayed, saying that out of all the men in the world, I choose him. She told me I crossed the line, and that line should have never been crossed. No, my father, who has not been with my mother for years, is stepping in saying he wants to beat up the man. He feels that the man is taking advantage of me and disrespecting my family. The man I'm with is saying we are both adults and we have the right to be together. He says that's the past, he says that is the past, and my mother should move on. Now the household is divided. My mother is not speaking to me. My father ready to beat up the man. I am stuck in the middle trying to figure out if I'm really wrong in following my heart. So I need to know who is wrong in this situation and how do I fix something that feels like it might already be broken. Can that be fixed? Can that be fixed? All right, let me head back across to the comment section. Ingrid is back. Adriel says, look, trouble. I really think, I know it had a bunch of comments before. All right, so let me get to Linda. Linda said, the mother was with the man for many years and broke off about 2 years ago, the daughter should never even think about putting herself with the ex-mother. All right? Fry bacon line.
Oh, JD.
What you see in Jacksonville?
I just cool. JD, good night. The guests, good night. The
Good
whole
night,
of the
good
Fry
night.
Bakers, good night, good night. Nisa, I know you're listening, so condolences. Yeah, yes, done. Hey, JD,
Jack,
that
stop.
topic nice, boy.
Talk
That
to me.
topic nice.
And you want to know
boy.
something? You want to know something, Jax? I know
Oh, yeah.
somebody else personally who went through something very similar, but it wasn't a mother and daughter. It's very similar. So these things happen, right? But what are your thoughts?
Listen, these things been happening. I mean, and it happened yesterday, it happened today, and it will continue happening. There is mother and daughter right now who actually know they're running the route with the same man, and everybody living nice. You understand? These things happen. It does happen. But the father who talk, but you watch, boy, he had to relax himself. He been wanting to beat up the man for the longest while and try and just find a little stupid excuse now. Yeah, you understand? It's been a long time.
No, I don't think.
Yeah.
Oh gosh, I mean, but
The man wanted to beat up that man because he take his wife. Hey, the man put butter on the man, 2 kiddy foot on the man, and had him can't move.
But do you think the father should want to fight, or that is none of his business?
No, it's not your business. Listen, she's not a little yes, or they will be upset. Yeah, but she ain't no little girl again. That is too adult, just like the ex say. It's too adult. Yeah, people go front up the face about it, but hey, at the end of the day, police can't hold them for it. They ain't break no law. You understand? And if the young lady listening, you'll enjoy your life, enjoy your new man.
That is it.
Well, he a used man, eh? He's not a new man. He used. You know, that's it.
Hey, when you buy a second-hand car, it's new to you because you just get it. You just tell people, I buy a new car. It's new to you.
You're right.
If you buy a new car.
You're right.
Thank you, Jack. Thank you for calling
Yeah,
in.
man.
Word. Yo, Adriel said that is why you need a plaque.
A plaque. Yeah, you need the plaque in the house.
He said that's why you need a plaque.
No, but I honestly think that if they genuinely love each other, what they need is counseling at that point. Or a mediator, right? Go and, they have services that you could go and get mediation services, bring everybody into one room and talk. If they're genuinely in love, as in the man genuinely love the daughter and genuinely love the guy, because you have to exist after this. After they get married, you have to exist. Even if it's cordially. Even if because you will end up having a scenario where you pass each other somewhere in extra foods and fight start. Yeah. So they have to figure out how to exist together at some point in time.
Vonette gave her closing thoughts one time. She says, and caps, leave the man. Please do not mess up your family dynamics over. Vonette, you hit me with your feelings are here.
Peligro.
Wait, your feelings are here. Right? Over wigwam. That's not like I mean in wigwam. Leave that man alone. Himself is not damn good. Himself is not damn good. Me ain't care what anybody say. This is not going to end well. Ingrid, one of our Sky 99.5 FM Reloaded callers and texters, she says, not in my book, cannot fix. You understand? That is Ingrid. Ayana says, he disrespectful. God boy. So, what is love? Baby, don't hurt me. I told you women supposed to be, all about love and all you burning out the man. Oh my gosh. Anne says, I cannot agree with that caller. Give respect where respect is due. Fire. She said fire burn, All right, so it's 9:20. Let's get closing thoughts. So closing thoughts, of course, is basically your last opinion to the person. We trust that is be watching. We don't know we know for sure because we don't say, hey, we're using this topic. But most likely they have, people who watch. So Kevin, what are your closing thoughts?
I genuinely feel that the guy somehow isn't genuine. Because you don't just fall out of love with somebody and then the next day or the next 2 years they fall in love with, like the daughter or the sister. These scenarios can happen, right? But if it is that they are actually in love, eventually, I'm just saying, right? Eventually that everybody will have to get accustomed to this scenario, right? They will have to get accustomed to this scenario because love and, if you want to call it, love and sex and marriage, all these different things, they have very strong ties, as in, you can't really mash up. If nobody can mash up right now, me and Ayana, we tight, right? That's because we living together now, right? And that is man, husband, and wife. So when you love with somebody, sometimes you are blinded by everything else. And if they are blinded in love, then I don't think anything else will distract them really. So everybody else needs to get accustomed to that.
So you're just basically saying the daughter and the mother ex-man should live their life happily ever after.
They will end up doing that anyway.
Happily?
They will be happy, right? At the end of the day, what will happen is that the external forces will cause them to have moments of unhappiness.
Right.
When they meet up or when she try to call her mother and the mother not answer, that's a moment of unhappiness. But then when they're together, they're happy.
I feel you.
Right? So they need to get accustomed, and I think they need mediation, or they need to get, and I had a bigger pie, and I need mediation, the whole mediation squad, because I learned real plenty about mediation, right?
She have a mediation crew?
Well, she into that whole mediation space and all of those things, right? But I've learned that you can actually solve a lot of problems through having a mediator who's experienced in terms of whatever scenario that you are going through, and get people to talk. And sometimes all it is emotions, And once you can get over your emotions and you know what? I really want my daughter to be happy. I forget about our man 2 years, 3, 4 years ago.
Well, yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Right? But I want my daughter to be happy. I don't really care about the man.
Exactly. White people might not be able to do that quicker, eh?
Of course. Because, at the end of the day, it's emotions, eh? Emotions is something that will make us do the weirdest things. And everybody might want to fight too. No, let me deal with me now separate now.
Yeah, I'm not going to ask you what you think about daddy now.
Right. If I in daddy's shoes, I want to fight too for my daughter. I don't really care about my ex-wife.
But there's a big hardback woman. Well, I understand. A daughter, Nisa does say, but a daughter, a child will always be a child.
Correct. I'm not going to say that. Once a daughter, you will always be, that's always my baby girl.
Nisa,
right? So at the end of the day, I still had to make sure that fella, I ain't just going to fight him, but I let you know you're on thin ice, right? So if you mess this up again, because this could be the second time you're messing up, right? So if you mess up again, I'm beating it for the 2 times 1 time. I'm beating it for messing with my ex-wife, and then I'm beating it for this one now. So aligning is like a double or nothing scenario, right?
So you wanted to beat.
Nah, you're getting nothing now. I will live with what's happening now. But anytime you mess up this scenario with my daughter, you're getting licked twice 1 time.
A good question, because in the first hour, this is what we were saying. Kevon was thinking the man could be an elderly man, but then I say, what if mommy did like a young boy?
Mm-hmm.
What if she did like a young boy? The daughter around the daughter age, so we don't know the age.
The age make a difference.
The age could make a big difference, but we don't know the age.
If mommy is 42, daughter is 22, right? And the man is around 28, right? That's why they close. Man around 25, I'm just saying.
Let push him to
30. Well, all of that good too, because 30 and 22 is not too bad.
That is them kind of.
Correct. And 30 and 40 is not too bad either. She rocking the cradle. But at the end of the day, that could be the scenario as well too.
Maybe have a tiny waist. You know them tiny waist and women have like to.
Oh, yeah.
You ever hear that?
You
never hear that?
Me?
Yeah, tiny waist women.
I stopped watching women after about 17
years
ago.
I say here.
Oh,
You're trying to. I say.
You try to get me in trouble.
No.
When I leave this podcast, I go home.
I never tell you. Me too. I meeting up. I say, you never hear that? I never tell you see that.
No, but listen, I agree. mommy could be, I catch her, she catching, she looking a particular winner.
So they say.
That was saying.
They maybe say that now, boy. I understand. Listen. And if she doesn't make it with
this man,
you just mash up the relationship with your mother for what?
No, that is the next thing.
No. But Ayana, remember, the woman that done with the man long time, That was she said for many years.
Right, but what
So
she's
why
saying...
people kind of weird, Let me get into my closing thoughts. Finish your closing thoughts.
So I'm just saying that everything could work once it is genuine and genuine love, right? Because you would never know the heart of the man, you would never know the heart of the woman. And if they are genuinely in love, I will say try to make it work, right? Because no scenario is permanent. And change is always happening around us. And if the change is that they're together now, then we can make it work. And there are ways and means and systems to make sure that happens in the correct way,
Closing thoughts, Kevon. Fournette going in. Fournette saying, AJ make no damn difference. The principle does not change. Do not dip in the water where your family done bathe. Lord! Jeez! Do not dip in the water. One of that was pretty gross. If I do say so myself. Ayana says she done with him for a reason. The daughter will find out very soon.
Good point. That's a good point.
But how you know?
That is a good point.
Jesus. All right. So let me get into my closing thoughts. All right. I understand what Kevon is saying. Kevon basically said that they would then let them live their life. They would have their life to live and don't study nobody else. Right? I think when the daughter realized where this was going, she should have just pulled back. I think, because you would know. You start to talk to somebody once, you start to talk to them twice, and you realize, but you're like, man, the daughter could say, so here now, what going on here? You're checking for me or something? And then if he try to play no, we just like, we're not talking. She say, oh, because, this could be kind of weird. You understand? So, at that point, she should have just pulled back. But she wanted it.
But let me interject there, right? So in my relationship, my marriage, right? And I don't want to say which side it is, but one of our ex introduced one to the other one. And we still together.
Hold on. We want to know which side. Because we want to know which side. Which side?
I can't see. But one of our ex introduced thinking nothing gonna happen, and we still together 17 years later.
No, wait. Let me break it up. One of your ex.
Right.
Introduced what?
So going on both sides. So let's just say Ayana was with somebody that I know, and they introduced me to Ayana, or Ayana to me, right? Or because I ain't gonna tell you which side it was, right? Or Ayana friend who was my ex, right? Introduced Ayana.
I'm trying to figure.
But the point is,
wait.
The point is, an ex can introduce somebody to you and they stay together. So why rub the young lady now? That's my point. Why rub the young lady balling out as the ex and she should have pulled back? What if there's meant to live happily forever after? And this was the only way.
You talking, I still trying to figure out how the thing. Hold on, right? Let me bring it back home. So we're saying like,
I'm gonna see
Nisa, she there. All right, let me use Nisa. Right. Let me bring it to him. Nisa X,
right?
Man, introduced me. So I didn't know Nisa.
You didn't know?
I didn't know Nisa. So Nisa X man.
No, your ex. Your ex.
My ex
is a woman, right?
Right. My
Cindy,
ex woman,
right?
Cindy.
Right. Say, hey, come and meet this girl, and she name is Nisa. Right?
Oh,
and then all of a sudden,
together?
And she's like, nah, let me go relax. I just introduced you as a friend.
And
right?
you and that person still good?
Yeah. Well, you don't know. Yeah. Everybody's still good. So that's what I'm saying. You don't rub the young lady and seeing how she should have pulled back, meaning that what if this was the only way?
That is why that is your closing thought. So you think the mother should just over that scene?
The mother could have been the introduction to a super happily ever after life for both of them.
That is why I say the mother shouldn't be toted, because that is actually.
But that was the role. The role was probably just to be there. I'm just saying, life does go in so many different ways. What I am saying.
Ayana said, it was going good enough.
Hey, I brought a hypothetical scenario that is not the scenario. I brought that scenario to be able to emphasize the point that mommy could have just been the tool. Could have just been this the
So how you deal with when Ayana introduced you to the thing?
How I deal with what?
This scenario. When the person introduced you to Ayana, how you deal with that?
Well, I mean, life.
So it was you then?
You trying to get me in trouble. But the point is that mommy could have just been the pathway. And that whole 2 years could have just been the pathway. I'm just saying.
I agree.
And what if these people now super happily ever, and let me just say she pull back now and go with somebody else now, and she getting problems, and then the man, beating her, all kind of different things. And then she had an opportunity to stay with this person and then live a happily ever after life.
Vonette, you have a point, Aisha, good evening. Let me drop a bomb for you and drop a bomb for you tonight. Only you have a kind of point, because I was going and say, this is what I was going and say, that to avoid any uncomfortableness with your mother and then obviously with your father, this man, as someone said before, I think it's Ayana, is he worth it? When you realize what was going on the road, they should have pulled back.
Right.
Because you must know when it's going on the road. Right? But, Kevin, have a point. If the mother overs with the man, and let me just say they probably overs with in an amicable kind of way, like they're cool. She shouldn't really supposed to really dig at her to see it because it's so close to home. It will always feel weird. But why you still penis blocking?
And now I'm gonna say now this is PG-13 show.
Yeah, my apologies.
But think about this though. Yeah, that part of it is involved as well, and that's a heavy part.
Yeah, because this is the first time I get confused and I close the doors. Because part of me want to feel like she should not really allow this thing to reach where it is because that's your mother ex-man.
Mm-hmm.
But then at the same time, your mom done with him.
Mm-hmm.
And something you see in him that you could work with didn't work with you anymore, but working with you.
And it could very well work.
And it could work. And then you trying to rob yourself of a happiness.
Mm-hmm. Happiness.
Vonette, you have a point,
Kevon have no point. Here's what I'm saying. There is a different dynamic and a different relationship with if somebody is your friend and if somebody is your mother or your sister. The mother or sister, that is not a relationship you could separate yourself from. I know there are people who don't talk to their mother, but that person will forever be a mother. You and your friend, you and that person are bound to be friends again. Why would you want to interfere with the relationship with the person who bring you into this world? Over what?
But she done with him. But she's supposed to be done with him. She's supposed to don't want him again.
My point is, I really don't want to have a relationship with my friend ex-boyfriend or something. But there are instances where I've seen it happen. And it works and whatever. But mother, your mother...
Yeah, boy.
Yeah. A mother saying that it's something different,
Yeah, I just feel the dynamic. You don't want to interfere with the dynamic of your family, especially because, and she's saying, how do you fix something that seems like it's already broken? But why you want to interfere with your relationship with your mother, boy?
For happiness.
I agree with Ash.
For happiness.
Too much of happiness involved. That's what happened.
For polygo, and that's important. I'm telling you, polygo.
Oh, that's what polygo is.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
All right.
My thing is, love. Yes, let me tell you something. Yeah, we just talk about love, but love is not the only thing that could sustain relationships. You could love a person, you could love the ground you walk on, but everything around you falling down. And that love that you love that person, you're never in a comfortable place to appreciate that love. You call your mother, she ain't answering you. You call your sister, she ain't answering you. You call your aunt and your aunt saying, nah, she brushing she mother. No, man, we don't interfere. Don't complicate the thing, man. Fine, it has too much a man in this place.
So she should stay single then?
I never say stay single. I say look for a man who wasn't your mother, man. That is all. That is not no math, no Spanish. No, look for a man that wasn't your mother, man, for years.
Daisy.
So what all they plan to do? What all they plan to do on Easter Sunday? Sit down and talk up and share notes? What nonsense is that?
Thank you, Vonette.
Well, that's a hard no.
Thank you, Vonette. That's one. That is one and one. I didn't play. Olia, how come the poll working here? The poll say 100% to the daughter. So remember trying all this poll thing tonight. Who vote and how will you vote? Let me know because I pay for this thing here. I know how it's working. Anyway, Ayana says, right, the man could be a manipulator.
Same thing I was saying. Mm-hmm.
Oh boy.
Same thing I was saying.
Love have Aisha says love have boundaries. Christoph, what going on? I drop a bomb for you for the night, boy. Let me get a bomb there. God tell the woman that the man's supposed to be in their family. Whole time it was supposed to be with the daughter, not with her. A Shonda Rhimes plot twist.
Same thing I saying.
Oh gosh, boy.
Same thing I say. But I mean, I understand Vaughn's point in terms of mother and daughter relationship is different from friends, right? But I'm just saying that if if the mother didn't meet the father, the guy, right, and it was just straight the guy meeting the daughter, would it have worked? It was only because they were probably physically involved that, of course, it complicates things, right? Because they may have also not been emotionally connected as the daughter and the guy. Right, so it's more like a physical thing, and it's more kind of ego thing as well too.
I think I have a lot to do with that ego.
Yeah, you pull my man a kind of way too. It's so much different things involved there. But yes, I agree with Vonnet. It will complicate things, right? But it's only because of that side, the emotional side, the ego side.
Especially for the father. All right. So let me finish my thing.
Yeah,
so
go ahead.
I get caught in between. I am now caught between I'm caught because I kind of understand what Kevon's talking about because I find big people should be big people. Mm-hmm. Everybody should mind their business. That was your time. It didn't work out for you. And now it's working out for me. Just because you are my mother doesn't mean that I have to now be unhappy if I'm really unhappy with the person. What if I'm really, really happy with the person? The mother could say, well, you know what? I understand how it look. I understand what happened. But at the end of the day, you could pull the man square and say, your son of a, right? But you end up with my daughter. I hope things are different. I hope you change, whatever, and treat her right. That could happen.
That could happen.
That's a super mature.
It depends on the woman, yeah.
Yeah, that's Beverly Hills, rich people kind of.
Yeah. She in Zen mood at that point.
Yeah, Calabasa. Now with the father, as a man, I could see the father wanting to beat him, boy.
Yeah.
Confused. Because he was with my wife. We don't know at what point. Hopefully it was after they done. But still, you was with my wife. And now you're coming down my daughter?
Yeah.
He just want to fight.
My baby girl.
I can't see my closing thoughts on daddy. Family, if you're watching, the closing thoughts on your father. You talk to him. Try to calm him down. And when he calm down, maybe let your intended go to him and say, bro, me ain't plan for all of this, I did not plan for all of this. And if it feel like disrespect with you, I really have there's no disrespect. Man, apologies. I know you may not want to bless this thing, but we going on good. Basically, them go have to look off. They go have to just pull away for time.
Yeah, I'm not going to say that. Time will heal that scenario.
You might have to pull away for time.
Yeah, time will heal that scenario.
Well, some people, time don't heal it because but it seemed like if time going on my situation.
Nah, man.
But
I heard this one from a old guy, right? He says two things that allows relationships and marriages to fall and fail. What do you think them two things is?
Two things that
causes marriages and relationships to fail.
Number one on the chart, of course, unfaithfulness. And two, money.
Yeah, boy. Those are the two things. So maybe mommy wasn't really getting any of the two.
Oh, God. She ain't getting bread butter. And she only eating corned beef and rice.
It had to be something like that. Something had to cause it, eh?
Well, we never know. We know it just
we never know.
All right, guys. I want to say thank you so much again to Little Caesars. Of course, Little Caesars is our sponsor for Fry Bacon Lime. Hey, all you listeners now. Maybe you have a business or you have a project or you have a small business. Nobody, watch me, you could be the best pie in the land. Word of mouth is good, but The more people know about your business, is the more people gonna know that your pie is good to amplify the word of mouth. All right. So for advertising on Friday Bacon Lime is very, very, very reasonable, and we give you packages. Most people don't have a podcast. We have podcasts. We work on radio as well. We could tie that into if you choose, and we have reels. We do skits and that kind of thing. So by the time I wrap up a bundle, watch me. When I wrap up a bundle for you and I give you a marketing bundle, you're good, you know, though.
Yeah, true.
Yes. Because we really love people as well. And we also like to see young entrepreneurs grow and develop and that kind of thing. You have a book, whatever it is.
So let me add to anybody who book the next, package with you, I will give them a free 15-minute consultation.
Serious?
Free. And I mean,
come on, Ollie.
I will just send you the link to the next person to book a ad with JD. Right, and whether you're selling pie, you're writing a book, you're launching anything like that, a 15-minute consultation, which I usually charge for.
Right.
Yeah. Once you book that ad, just send them over.
Thank you, bro.
Yeah, man.
Watch my consultation is because you need to understand. Watch me. It have a lot of people that I did businesses with. Right. We're gonna close with this one. They have, let me say, a supermarket. Let me just say. They don't understand the fundamental basics of business,
Right.
Like I was talking to somebody one time and I told him, I was trying to explain to him where my position is in a business funnel. And he didn't know what a funnel was.
Wow.
I say, yeah, well, he said, what do you mean the funnel? I said,
talk about physical funnel.
I didn't mean to laugh at him. I said, no, a funnel is different elements that happens in stages before you could make somebody buy a product.
Correct.
Now, right? I am at the top awareness.
Yes.
So once I bring awareness, partially my job is done. You have to have somebody in your comment section saying, hey,
collect data.
Collect data. And then you have somebody doing cold calls. You call them up now and say, I saw you made a comment, you're interested. And those things is help people buy. Because sometimes people is lazy, They're white, but so once you're there to help them and say, hey, I saw you made a comment, you interested in this thing?
Yeah.
You're not really interested. I'll be bringing it to you. Worse yet. Or do I have to leave home? Bam. You understand? So I was explaining things there. And so all of those things I just said and much, much more, Kevon is well equipped and he lived through the experience and he's able to give you consultation. So jump at it, Olia. Jump at it. Kevon, what's next for Kevon La Fleur?
Well, I mean, every year I try to add one new project to whatever it is I do. This year I'll be adding on more of the consulting scenario because I believe that everybody has something to share, right? And it could be that you are as simple as this, JD. You can give anybody advice how to set up this room. I mean, you all don't see the room, but the room is, I mean, so much gear, so much tech. And I remember the first time you did your podcast, it was not like this.
No, we start up on our phone.
Correct.
We start on our phone.
So everybody has something that they can sell to somebody via information, something that they know, right? And for me, I would like to teach persons how I survive, COVID and how I survived an economy that isn't doing well. And I mean, of course, I'm still surviving. I'm still doing things to make sure that, we stay above ground. But I will have learned a lot of things through my mentors, and I'm willing to share these different things. So the next step for me is to be able to gather. I want to form a nice little group of persons who we can share with each other, right? And that we could help to elevate each other. I want to build at least about 10 millionaires around me, right? That if we decide to do a project, we could do it together, and that's the next step for me. I really want to build persons around me because there's always at the top lonely, and I really don't intend to be lonely. That's why, if you come with an idea, JD, I say, hey, well, I try and do it. Because at the end of the day, if I decide I want to go on a yacht somewhere, and I must be able to call JD, yo!
And me and Kevon, I just be in Kevon's skin. I'm like, Dad, watch me, waiting about this, waiting about that.
Of course. So that's the next step for me. I'm trying to get more into mentorship as well too, and consulting with persons. And of course, I have my other projects, which is I have my events company. That's like my main, vehicle. I love doing events. I love walking into a blank space and designing stuff and going on Pinterest, and I love that. I mean, with a passion. right? Of course, I have my festival, which will be growing every year. So all these different things, and the only thing I'll be adding is, this particular brand that I'm doing. It's called Rebuild with Kev. So you can actually go and follow me on Instagram.
Hey, rebuild with Kev.
Yes.
I should have the thing to put them up there,
boy.
man.
Yeah, man.
What's the handles for it?
So it's Rebuild with Kev on Instagram, and we have TikTok as well too. So check it out. And if you need me to come and speak, or you can actually book a call with me as well too. Right? It's a 15-minute call, and it can be about anything. I mean, I'm into so much different things. I'm into events. I'm into just starting up businesses. I kind of pride myself.
Rebuild with Kev?
Oh yeah, that's it. Rebuild with Kev. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah,
Just trying out this thing, boy. Trying it out. Let me see. All right. Nice. Hey.
Nice. Yeah. So I mean, you will. I can teach you how to build a system for your business that you can actually walk away from your business. At least give it a little break, because sometimes, we in the business and every day we have to be living in the business. But when you build a good system, you can definitely will be able to walk away from your business. So I want to be able to share all these different things with people. And it's fun to share these things as well too, because sometimes you say something that you know, that you live, that you do every day, and you talk about the funnel, right? And you tell somebody about it, and I'm like, yo, they're mind blown by this simple concept, but it might change their life forever.
Love it.
Yeah, so that's what's next to me, man. I just want to share with people.
All I do me a favor now, head across to Instagram right now and Rebuild with Kev on Instagram. All right? Give him a follow, touch base with him. Vonette says she's ready for her consultation. So, I'm ready. She said, I'm ready for my consultation.
You gotta book out JD first, right?
Well, watch me, and we all in the circle, eh?
Yeah.
And as I dare, let me just shout out to Vonette and say, Vonette, thank you so much. Vonette has been using me for all her video production ads from, I think, inception.
Yes.
So thank you so much, Vonette. Keeping the thing going.
As it should be. Yeah? As it should be.
Congrats to you and all of us. All right, Andy, you're now reach. You're late. I'll still drop a bump for you. Let me hear what you're saying here. Good night, Kevin JD. I really enjoyed the show. Oh, you're not late, man. You're watching from the outside, okay? Especially because I'm launching my new fashion brand. Hit up Kev. Right? Rebuild. What was it again? Rebuild with Kev?
Yeah.
Nice. There we go. Rebuild with Kev on Instagram. Hit him up. Book your consultation. Follow him. And once you enter business, as we all are, we need to know. You have your little mentors. You need to know your fundamental groundwork. And all watch me. AI is here.
Oh, we use it all the time, man.
And sometimes I'm ashamed to say I don't even know. Just now I don't even feel like walking for myself. First I just use AI. And the thing is really knowing how to use it.
Yes,
right?
Of course. But I want to say, I mean, just to close with this as well too. A lot of persons ask, like how do you exist, or how do you remain calm and like losses and failures and these different things, right?
Right.
And I hope my mentor still listening. But he taught me one thing though. It is a concept called deep future, right?
Deep what?
Deep future.
Deep future.
Yeah. And this concept basically allows you to plan 10 years, 15 years, 20 years into the future. And based on what you planned, you now have a sense of peace, and you now have a sense of direction, right?
Right.
Of course, for me personally, I plan with God, and I'm a Christian, so I sit with God, and I sit in my quiet time, and I ask God to impart certain knowledge into me about my future, right? And I start writing.
Right.
And I started writing for 1 year first, then 2 years, and it's like practicing is a muscle, and then you start writing for 5 years, and I've now reached to the point where I'm going to start writing past 5 years into 10 years.
Wow!
So I know what, and it's not just writing random things. It's a real document that I wrote about what should happen in 5 years. I know what should happen about 4 years.
Awesome!
Right? So I mean, these are the things that of course, if we sit to talk, it's definitely going to be that intense, and you have to be prepared for that as well too. Some people are not prepared to know what the future is like 2 days away. I mean, really going to happen tomorrow, I just going to be, go to work, but you have to live your life knowing what's going to happen in 6 months, or at least have an idea of what should be happening in about 6 months' time.
True. Although we went a whole 25 or close to 30 minutes over. Let me just show this person real quick. It's Patrice. Patrice says, "Blessed night, everyone. Not too long, reach home from a long day, but I'm in late, but would definitely reach out. Watch the rerun tomorrow, please God." When he's preparing for a show, she's down in Point 14, and yeah. So he says, with her family, because she lost her uncle, so she's down in Point 14. I'm going to meet back up with her ASAP. All right. So Kev, thank you so much for coming through, buddy.
Anytime, man.
Of course, guys, let me check the calendar next week, Sunday. Let me see if it's Saturday or Sunday. I'll let you know. I think it's Saturdays from now on, because the season, yeah. Saturday's down the road, guys. Saturday's down the road. Right? Thank you so much. Thank you for watching another episode of JD's Vlog. What's up? My name is JD.
Yeah, well, I'm Kevon.
Yeah.
I see I knew it now, no?
Yeah. So we had to go. Thank you for watching another episode of JD's Vlog. My name is JD. My name is Kevon. And this has been the Fry Bacon Lime. And then we go, shoo.
Let's do it. Let's do it.
Cool. Thank you for watching another episode of JD's Vlog. My name is JD.
My name is Kevon.
And this has been the Fry Bacon Lime.
Yoo-hoo!
See you earlier next week, please God. If you have not shared the live on Facebook, please share the live before you leave. YouTube, I love all your bad. YouTube is growing real strong. And I like all the pictures, all of this, and all you watching it on all your big flat screen TV. All right, see you earlier. We out later earlier. We got
Shaku. Shaku.